Are you ready for this shit, bro?
I'm fucking ready, homie. Is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is here. It is here. It has arrived. Ooh. We've had some obstacles, time management, 3 different time zones. But, you know, we're just a couple G's getting a couple G things done. Linking up finally with my main man, Josh Bredl in the house, a.k.a. Yeti Hood. Say what up, what up?
Yo, what up, what up, what up? Pleasure to be here. Traveling through time with you via digital voice, of course.
Time and space. It's a circular motion.
You know, it's a circular motion and it's not man-made. It's a cosmically made. I can rock with that.
Yeah, you know.
How you been, my brother? How you been?
I've been doing good, bro. I've been doing good.
No, you look good, bro. You set up, professional. I can't believe the news that I heard with the whole car wreck, man. Like, life's short. Life can be crazy, but I mean, you're a juggernaut, bro. Real life juggernaut. Like, what else could I expect? Came out unscathed, bro.
Bro, all I'm gonna say about that is everyone that I've told that story to they've just been like, you're the only person that would tell a story like that. Like, you're the only person that could really have a story like that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, if you hear somebody else say that story, it almost seems like unrealistic, obviously. But when you say it, it's like, well, of course the car famished and you did it, you know?
Yo, I love that we
both have yeah.
No, what were you saying?
I love how we both have like a vehicular anomaly in our past now. Remember when I hit that horse in Colorado? Oh my God, bro. Yo, what a story. I couldn't believe it, bro.
Hit the horse over the windshield.
Oh my God. Like, and that was in like, I feel like likewise to you, like I'm one of the only motherfuckers that could be like, hey, I hit a horse and came out alive. Like, thank God it happened so fast that I wasn't able to brake more. Because if I would have hit the brakes more, bro, like it would have came through the windshield into my face. It was madness, bro.
Explain how this horse got crushed, or you got crushed by the horse.
Right. This horse impaled me with all its horsepower one night on this dirt road. So I'm driving. I'm with one of my comrades. He's kind of weak-minded right now, so I'm mobbing with him, trying to vet him, bring him back to this current situation.
Right.
We're driving. He actually gets a phone call from his little brother, which we had a relationship through with football, and so I'm kind of in tune to the conversation. I'm one hand grabbing it. I'm on a 2-lane dirt road, bro, in Colorado. It's like 11 p.m. I'm headed west, and I know that because I'm headed right towards the beautiful Rocky Mountains. And I'm cruising. It's dark. Headlight lit road. Before I could even recognize what it was, I look over to my left, and coming directly for my driver's side headlight is 3 horses. They're looking right at me, bro. Like, as soon as I'm registering, like, what beast this is, like, obviously it's 4-legged.
It was too late.
Farmland. I see one of them's at the apex. He's leading the pack, but sequentially, I don't think he's the leader because of the way he messed up. The other 2 rear back. His reign, if he was, his reign was over that night, and I made sure of it. So his 2 compadres rear off to the sides like Bellagio fountain.
Just spread eagle.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, spread eagle, like horsepower style. Right as it's happening, I'm like, covering my face because I'm a human. What else am I gonna do but cover my face, right? So I'm riding with the homie. All of a sudden, I'm looking at this horse in the eyes, literally. Okay, so now his shoulder, his knee has busted on my front lamp, right, driver's side.
Jesus,
this has caused a whipping motion. His big old horse neck's coming down on my head. His jaw comes right for me. I'm thinking to myself, dear God, luckily the neurons haven't caught yet, so my foot's still going like it's break time. But he's already hitting me, thank God. If I would have braked first, he came through, it would have been right face-to-face contact. But luckily, I'm cut through him like butter as my brain's still trying to brake the car. It worked out. Great for me, horrible for him. Next thing you know, the outline of the windshield, bro, the framework of the windshield, top corner, his jaw like hits it. Boom, big dent. All of a sudden the windshield, luckily I'll get into the windshield in a minute. Got to remind me of the windshield. Windshield bows in crazy. He topples over the top. You know, horse hoof noises. Kada. Next thing you know, now I'm finally braking. I look at my homie, bro. I look back and forward. He's like still on a call, just doing one of those like what is I look over out my side mirror and I see darkness, and I'm thinking like, damn, I'm so confused. I'm like, oh yeah, the horse definitely took off my mirror. So then I go look back into my rear view mirror, and there's a trailer on the back thing. I can't see nothing. So I'm like, damn, can't see nothing right now. Mind you, the rear view mirror is like in my face, bro. Like the windshield had spidered and bowed and bended all the way like 4 inches away from my face. So I look out, I hop out. The horse is kind of squimmering, falling off the road, just falls into the irrigation ditch. The other two horses are like, he's done for, we're out. Like they dip, right?
So what happened? So what was up? Was the horse down? He wasn't able to get up out of there?
Horse was down, and he did like one of those, like, you know, when you're hurt on the ground, you see those guys like running their feet and they're doing the circular motion.
Yeah.
He was down as fuck, but one leg was like boom, boom, getting him off. He was on his way out, you know what I mean? And he put himself into the ditch.
Well, he was probably just so discombobulated. Dude just did a triple gainer.
Triple gainer, bro, off the chin. Nailed it.
Damn.
Nailed it, bro. So now my car's barely drivable, but I'm thinking I got to get home now because I want to get home, bro. I don't want to be here no more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo.
You just hit a horse.
Map me right now. So I just bust a left. I know the way home, but I bust a left down this other dirt road, and I'm like, just map me, bro. And Siri guided me.
So your car was drivable.
It was drivable, but it didn't sound right. And the whole so from the front lamp all the way up over the wheel well was this giant horse knee dent. And then it exploded, front cabin, framework of the windshield destroyed, all cosmetic. Engine was like pretty much fine. Like obviously like the radiator was sad and all that, you know what I'm saying?
It was sad, bro. It was tearing up.
It was tearing up. So then I pull up to the spot, right? And I'm thinking to myself, right, like at the time, like my baby mom was home. She was like, you know, like on one probably. And so then my homie, I'm like, yo, just don't say nothing about like too many words about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna explain it to her. She's probably gonna be upset already because it looks pretty bad. Because my car looked like synovial fluid from this dude's kneecap, whatever you call that, kneecap fluid, and like exploded. It looked like
bursa sac of the god, horse god bursa sac. It erupted on my whole front side. So it looks like this like very dark blood-esque drippage, and then horse chin hair, goatee hair, all in my windshield. And it kind of looked like I could have hit a human, bro. You know, I didn't. I'm not going to ever say I did because I didn't, but damn, like it looked sus. So I pull into the garage, I get out, I'm like, yo, just don't say anything. And then I'm like, yo, this is what happened to this horse. I'm shook up about it. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm going to clean it up, call Progressive in the morning, you know, like, thank God for, I'm going to call Pam in the morning, whatever her name is, Progressive would. So then all of a sudden, my buddy can't take it no more. He busts. He's like, someone might have saw us. We saw headlamps in the distance, like just to add more. And I'm like, this dude just showed his true colors, all crazy. I'm over here. Your homeboy.
I'm trying. Yeah, my homeboy, like from a certain
cracked under pressure.
Yeah,
he cracked under pressure, bro.
How much pressure though, bro? He cracked under shock, bro. He cracked under inexperience. I mean, I can't say I have experience in horses.
Well, listen, bro. Some eggs crack easier than others. You know, some eggs crack easier than others.
Straight up, bro. Yo, speaking of eggs, I've been eating these Bel Campo eggs. Oh my god, these eggs are god eggs, bro. Wow. Yeah. I wish I could ship you some. Like logically, they're like, I've eaten good eggs. I'm sure you've eaten a good egg. You've eaten eggs from Sam's Club. I've eaten eggs from off farm. I've eaten my grandma's eggs that she brought in just 10 minutes before they got laid. You know what I mean? But these eggs, there's something rich about them, bro. Good ass eggs. I'm trying to get a bacon's dozen of these motherfuckers. I want like a little third paw, so I got 13 in that motherfucker.
Well, so where do you get these?
So there's a spot out here in California, this little area right here, West Hollywood area. It's a Bel Campo Meat Company. It's like locally sourced. They hook it up with beef. They hook it up with sausage, chicken, rice, all the necessities to be great. You know what I mean? They got it on deck. And so like I got a nice little deal going with them out here right now, but I order them up every first of the month. I place a nice little order that comes through. Ding, 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 ding.
Dude, there's nothing like some good ass eggs. I had this connect before I moved down to Orlando where this guy, he like delivered eggs from this like organically like free like sourced farm near where I was living at the time. And I was selling cars at the time, and I sold a car to this dude, and this dude said, he was like, yo, if you can get me this deal, because we were like going back and forth with numbers. He was like, if you can get me this number, I will bring you fresh eggs every single week. So like I went back in, talked to my manager.
You're like, look, guy, he's got eggs on there. It's a fucking Easter bunny out here, bro.
Listen, bro, there's a golden goose out here. I need these eggs.
Straight up, bro.
So I we negotiated the deal, got this dude the number that he wanted. And sure enough, man to his word, bro, every Monday he'd roll in with like mad cartons of eggs. And like these were some fresh eggs, and sometimes they weren't always like chicken eggs. They were like duck eggs sometimes, so they'd be big as hell and thick. Like you would have to like crush it on the side just to break open the shell, because the duck shell is much thicker than the chicken shell. But that yolk, bro, I would hand out cartons to people that I worked with, like the managers. You know what I mean? I'd be like, hey man, I hear you know.
What a delight! What a delight!
It was more eggs than I could eat. That's how many I was getting. So I had a nice little egg connect once upon a time. I miss that egg connect, bro.
Yeah, bro. A good connect with food, especially when you're above 6'5", above 6'6", shit, above 6'7". You know what I'm saying? It's good to have food in your life. You know what I mean?
Bro, people don't understand. Like, they don't understand what it's like to eat, to have to, I feel like there's something, it's hard to understand when you're not a big man.
It's a responsibility that is so fragile and so necessary.
Right. It's like, yo, I need calories, and I need like dense calories from
and I need them for me, and we need them for us. Like, I need them for me, but I need them for you too. Like, I need you to be safe. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lever that comes, you know, and a lot of brain chemistry will alter once you're so hungry. And I'm not talking about one day. I'm talking about like Corona times, bro. Talking about Corona just passing. Those couple of days within Corona, I got so like, I wasn't burning no calories, so I missed, and I didn't want to like go fat boy mode yet. So I was kind of just like, you know, I'm not eating as much because I'm not doing as much. And there became a point where I remember I looked at my roommate Austin, and I was like, bro, I'm so goddamn hungry right now, bro. Like, I'm not good, bro. Like people in the surrounding area are like at higher risk right now, bro. I mean, and that translates into life for all big guys. I mean, and everyone gets hungry, everyone can get hangry, but like, yo, when someone like us that you're missing fuel, like all of a sudden we're hungry 1 meal behind. That's like a normal person being almost a damn near a whole day behind, bro. Like,
dude, I do get cranky when I'm hungry. I do get cranky when I'm hungry. I'll tell people, I've recognized it now, so I'll just like warn people, like, yo,
right.
You know, I'm going to try not to be short, but sometimes I might be short, you know,
right.
I got this.
Ironically, because we ain't short, but metaphorically, yes. Yo, and one more thing on that same note, bro. Like, I think people don't realize too. You know, people, oh, it's so tall. You play sports, football, basketball, cool. Checklist is done. Like, next questions, right? Like, nah, bro. Listen to this. Like, being big, bro. If you want to be big and be successful, like if you want to be big, period, and be comfortable, you got to grind harder than that, man. You got to search and scour for outfits that fit proper and like. Bro. Not just proper because to other people, proper to you, bro. It's hard. You know, you find a pair of jeans somehow by the graces of God on some unicorn shit out in the wild, and you get them, and you see that they have 3 of them. You're buying all 3 right now because that shit is rare, bro. Bro, like, that's a small example. I'm talking mattresses. I'm talking vehicles. Go ahead, tell me about your list, bro.
Yo, you just don't fit anywhere. Like, you don't fit in cars, you don't fit on trains, planes. Like, everyday life is not made for guys like us.
Yeah. And then talk about being considerate. People that were inventing all this shit, they weren't considerate, dog.
No, not at all, bro. Not to us. They weren't considerate to us.
Damn, bro. crazy.
Yeah, real crazy.
Airplanes, food portions.
Yeah, food portions for sure. A desk. Growing up, bro, I was the kid. I'd be like trying to get out of the desk. I'd be stuck in it. Yeah, I'd be falling asleep. I used to fall asleep on the desk, and my big ass was so big, I'd be draping off the front of the desk down on the floor sometimes if I passed out hard.
Shit felt nice on the back though. It's that big stretch. But also, how about having your knees so crammed into the desk that the only thing you had to do was just get some nice tight sets of calves? You're like, fuck it, I'm just going to start squeezing these calves up a little bit to relieve this knee pressure. I swear to God, every single desk I sat in, like from 5th grade till I graduated high school, I was just like always like lifting the desk with my knees and shit. Just, you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. You hit them calf raises.
Yeah, somehow you finessed in the middle of the fucking lunchroom table when you're in like 5th, 6th grade because you're the homie. So you're like, oh yeah, I'm in here now. Everyone's eating zebra cakes and shit. You're in the middle by the apex. Ringy, ringy, ringy. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, dog. That shit was hilarious, dog. You didn't give a fuck. That's when we really stopped giving a fuck. We're like, yeah, everyone's food's fucked up. What's up? Like, I'm here. What up? And then now you're eating. You know what I mean? That's when we really started separating ourselves from the pack. I feel like. Man, it's been a long time since then, bro. That shit went by quick.
Yeah, dude, time flies, right?
Flies, bro. Crazy. I got 2 kids now. My daughter's 8. My son's 3.
That is crazy.
My son's full-blown potty trained now, bro. The last couple times I was home, I mean, when you're a man and you have a son, like, it's just like you can like try to play some like cute, like buy a book, use a book to explain, or like make a cute song, whatever. But like if you're trying to show little men how to piss in a toilet, you got to show them, bro. So like, and that's just my MO. So like I was my son like, yo, I'm about to go to the bathroom, watch, and like he trying to be like, like I'm not like forcing him to, but I'm like, yo, like I'm about to, and then I'd be like, it's like a waterfall, bro. And he'd be like, oh. He'd be like, waterfall, cute. He's got this weird, cute little deep voice. He'd be like, oh, waterfall. And then so like a couple times going by, and then he started kind of cueing like, oh, waterfall. Like I'm about to make a waterfall type shit. You know what I mean? And now that's like his cue. Like if he's got to take a piss, he'll just be like, waterfall. And he'll just like, go take a piss. Like, you know what it is? Waterfall time. And so, but the funny graduation of that, bro, is like now it's immediately like now he's in boxer briefs, and now it's like he's like way more aware of his dick. He's just like, oh shit, like grabbing his dick, walking around in like some boxer briefs, you know what I mean? So it's like how crazy that quick like turnover, bro, like
not knowing how to use it, and then now he's like trying to check it. He's exploring it.
Now he's exploring it, bro. Like just within like a month of being 3, like he just turned 3 May 15th. You feel me? Like it's that's madness. Like what if we were lazy, or what if he just wasn't ready to like be potty trained yet? This food wouldn't even like discover himself for a little while longer. That's fucking weird, bro. Like just like a fucking little cottonelle, whatever the fuck diaper pamper is keeping like you locked up. Like madness, bro.
I always feel, I don't know, dude. My dad always taught me by showing me, like,
for sure, bro.
That's how I learned a lot, like how to shower, how to bathe myself, how to go use the toilet. Like I remember taking a bath. I remember taking a shower with my dad and him like showing me how to scrub my body and clean and shit. The water was always scalding hot, dude. That dude's standing there with the hottest water, dude, burning the shit out of you. He'd be scrubbing me with the washcloth, dude, all hard and shit.
Same shit, bro. I remember I remember one time I got chicken pox when I was mad young. My grandma filled up a tub for me, bro. I got in the tub. She put this like oatmeal shit in there, and it felt good as hell. And then she like added more water, got hot as fuck. It was like boiling my fucking chicken pox off and shit with this oatmeal. It's fucked up, bro. Fucking.
Did it work?
Oh, that shit worked, bro. I got out all in pain. Let a fan sit on me for a little bit. All of a sudden, I was cured, bro. I was like cured. It was mad.
So what was it? It was oatmeal and what?
I don't know. I think I did ask him, like back then I didn't know, but it might have been something like apple cider vinegar, like Vital Silver type shit. She was mixing it in with the bath water and some bath salt type shit. And she poured a gang of this oatmeal in there. And then I was like, what the fuck? Got into this like mud ass bath with oatmeal. Got hot. Then I got out. The oatmeal was all on me and shit. She told me to sit there. I started freezing because it like dried on me. Then she like turned the shower on, wiped it all off me, came out on my wizard shit. evolved. Gandalf the Grey was now Gandalf the White and shit. Passed my chicken pox test.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And it worked?
Do that shit. Yeah, dog. Nature threw that shit at me and killed that ASAP.
Yeah. I've never heard that before.
I don't know.
I had chicken pox when I was younger. I didn't use oatmeal.
Yeah, I didn't even know what was happening. I just remember I was up in the middle of the night tripping. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill my own back by scratching so much skin off myself. Yo, I was a crazy ass kid, bro. Like I had I had some itchy ass nose one time, I remember, and I put my face on the ground, ran my feet with my face on the carpet, got up, face was bleeding. You know what I mean? I'm that guy, bro. When I was a kid, at least shit. And I
could see you being a wild man when you were younger.
Yeah, for sure. I probably don't even know the depths of it, bro.
Just I could see you just being a wild ass kid, just having a shit ton of energy, just a shit ton of energy and just bouncing around everywhere.
Yeah, period, bro.
Just being all mischievous / curious.
Yeah, bro. 100%. Just doing too much, dipping for mad hours. Where's he at? Coming back. You know what I mean? That was me, dog. Different. Crazy, man. Now I have my own kids. I already know. Yo, Naeli's talented at skateboarding, bro. She's been, you met her, you know her. She's been a talent from the jump. She's her social intelligence, her social IQ is through the roof for her age, bro. She's 8 years old, but she psychoanalyzes everybody in the room. You know what I mean? And she knows how to tap it. Not only is she psychoanalyzing, figure out hierarchy of politics, but then she'll tap into someone and be this is the way to talk to them. You know what I mean? She does it it's crazy to see. Obviously, you have to know what the fuck I'm talking about to even be there, but to see her do that at a young age is crazy, bro. And then on top of that, now she's not fixated with skateboarding, bro. And then by the grace of God right now, us being in different spots on the globe right now, she's seeing me do some skate stuff, and then I'm doing skate stuff at work coincidentally while she's been falling in love with it too. So now it's kind of we bounce back, and she's getting sick, bro. She's
so is that why you started learning?
No, so I used to skate back in the day, not too much, but when I was younger and I wasn't large, I was skating a little bit,
right? And
then I always kind of had a love for it, and I was always cultured by skateboard culture and everything that came with it, and everything it leads to. You feel me? And then it's just she's my clone. You feel me? She's you know her, bro.
Yeah.
So now she's falling in love with it for her own reasons too, and her grandma's new boyfriend's that's pretty sick athlete when it comes to snowboarding, biking, skating. So sometimes she'll be peeping game from him too. It's pretty cool, bro. So she's on her way. She's dropping into bowls now, doing pretty sick shit, riding wave bowls and shit. Crazy.
Isn't it crazy to see your child, or to see somebody, or to be able to see somebody from a distance that is somebody's child, that is you are okay, that's a hereditary thing, that behavior, that's a me thing that she got passed along to her, and you see it blossoming, it wasn't taught to her.
Yeah,
it's just eat this part of their personality that you're oh, that's traceable back to me.
Yeah, nuts, bro. And it's just so naturally occurring that it's kind of surprising. You're wow, there's been no memory that I have where I taught her this, or I downloaded this to her. You know what I'm saying? And now
but you did teach her, bro, in the DNA.
In the DNA, bro, through the trials. Yeah, because that shit goes deeper than we even know, bro.
Dude, so I feel whatever gets passed to you, you pass along. But in your time here, you write new code on that DNA that you could take to the next level and pass that along. So
and if you bust before you learn that shit, that DNA is only that smart. So this new DNA along the way can be smarter. But ironically, also, I think that DNA is going to break down physically. So that new smarter DNA might be more of a Napoleon-esque type of humanoid versus I don't know. I've thought of this too on both spectrums. It's when they say over the hill. Why are they saying that? Because of death? Not really, because people be dying when they're 60, 80. You know what I'm saying? So it's over the hill of your reproductive fortitude, I think. You feel me? It's pretty crazy.
Wait, explain that to me.
So I'm saying this, bro. Say you're a young stud. You're 22. You're like, dog, bro. Like I've been on it. Like I'm in the game and like I'm out here doing it right, and I'm feeling good, and I'm like young and I'm violent because I got this fucking raging new like young life energy. And you have testosterone, bro. You have a kid, just like, let's say this is an experiment. So kid A is born, beautiful kid, healthy. He's getting all the things done right. And maybe it's more like physically equipped because of like at the time of you conceiving the conception of this baby, like your code was prime and was like more aggressive, maybe more physically dominant and like less mentally. So now this kid is probably going to be the stereotypical 16-me problem child that's just comes out this gooey ass ultra baby because like it was born by a baby. You feel me? So it's like,
yeah,
it's like more whiny, needy, less intelligent off the rip. Like it's almost like a de-evolution. Whereas like you expand your mind and physically and you like learn life and then then you spawn life. That life's like immediately already like 10 times ahead of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Because it's got all that extra knowledge, all that extra experience you went through.
Yeah, exactly. That genetic knowledge, like how crazy. And then now as you proceed, you can probably like achieve even more. You know, like think about these like old rich people having like young the people that are like 80 years old and they have like a 34-year-old son or something, or like a 20-year-old son or something. Like that kid might still be kind of whiny bratty, but he's all like trademark it. Like he's like on one, bro. He's already like in the system, like A because of money, but B because he can handle it. You know what I mean? Like some of these other kids probably couldn't like just grab that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, but he's also probably like maybe physically less in terms of maybe like size or strength or like stature or innate like force to be able to like be generated within his like riddled ass genetic code. You feel me? Because now when he was reproduced and he was conceived on that timeline, he was like mentally, genetically enlightened, but also physically, genetically taxed.
Okay, so you're saying if you're too old, you pass along the frailties of your, you know what I mean? When your body gets frail, that code gets frail. So you're passing along a physical frailty, but you're passing around a mental, emotional superiority.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's pretty exact, but it's also like the general that those two globes, I think that's real, bro.
I could see. So I would say the time that happens for each man is different though. Cause I feel like there's some men that are like 70 years old and they still could pass along like a strong seed.
Period. And you know like, what I mean? And those are the outliers, bro. Those are the outliers. You know, I'm trying to say PC here. I could get very like big man dominant on this shit, bro. Cause like, especially when I'm chill with you, I'm like, yo, we exist, bro. Yo, ladies, check me out, dog. We exist.
Bro, let's just have the big man. Yo, let's let these people know what it's like to be a big man. Cause I mean, bro, sometimes I hold my tongue a lot. Cause it's like,
we're cordial, bro.
People can't understand it. And it can be taken, it can be taken in a way that they can't take it. It may hurt their feelings. They may think that you're arrogant or this. It may rub them the wrong way. But like there's just something different. I've been getting stared at since I can remember, bro. People like, what is this creature's different than everyone else?
Straight up. Sorry, I had to plug you in real quick because my battery. But bro, since I can remember, bro, even like when I was young, like 5th grade, I was just like already like framed out bigger. Like it was obvious I was gonna be bigger, but
bigger than the teacher and shit.
I was still a pudgy little cute boy with like what up, energy, rocket power, fucking Nickelodeon, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? but I felt like women with kids just wanted me to see their kid and shit. You know what I mean? Like when I'm walking the store, I'm like, this is fucking weird. Like I was nice, but I felt pressed to like love that child or something. You know what I mean? And then like you start noticing people expect all this shit out of you because you're big. And you're like, all right, cool, like whatever, I'll play this game. Whoa, bro, you almost hit you on the door coming in here. It's like, no shit, dog. You think I want that door to be that small, bro?
I know.
Bigger, bro. But all you motherfuckers, shoulder girls will be fucked up because you can't like do this shit all the time. Like, it's gonna get your rotator cuff all fucked up. And then now the door's gonna be too heavy. It's gonna go cost is gonna go through the roof for building shit. But no, I'll duck. And then you remind me every time, right? Like, damn.
Yeah.
So there's shit like that. I mean, like also being big, like those are like the cute things. But then like when it comes to like the females, like how it is like femininely, like it's crazy, bro. Like especially the older you get, the more like even when you're a big dog, like depending on who you are, when you're coming up, you're still like a kid in your head. Like even if you're a fucking big ass Viking motherfucker, like perceivably, unless you're like already full psychopath, like I still felt young. I still felt like a small child, like with my friends. And then I learned through like experience, like, oh shit, like I gotta control my strength. And
yeah,
so right away,
because you always get
trying to like confined to this like. Go ahead.
Because you always get the, hey, like be careful. You don't know your own strength. Like you get in trouble you'd get in trouble for like wrestling or playing or any little game you would play. You would always kind of get yelled at because like you would like. Because people would just bounce off of you. It's
just like playing basketball when you're in high school and you're the big man. You get fouled. They give you a bullshit foul. You're like, come on, dog. I didn't even jump. And he's like, I'm going to give you technical. You're like, whoa, okay. That's just like when you're younger. Your mom's like, you're playing with the kids. You're working on your footwork because you're destined to be a sick athlete. They're like, suppress. Also, they're like, hey, be careful.
Always trying to suppress big people,
not
bro.
As big as you can, honey. And you're like, Mom, I'm trying to fucking like, what? Like, I'm not even worried about Jonathan right now, dog. Like, I'm worried about me. Like, I'm not trying to like already be worried about all these motherfuckers. I'm fucking 2 years old.
Right. It's like, yo, I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid. You know what I mean? And like, what do you mean?
Like, oh, yo, I'm taking you to Maury and getting $45K off your ass because you fucked up Jonathan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that was a wives' tale, bro. Nobody was suing nobody back then. Nobody had bread like that. Who was suing? Like, people were suing people on Wall Street and shit. Nobody was suing people for Johnny's arm being broke. That was a fucking wives' tale. Wow.
Dude, people would always say like, oh, dude, you're going to get sued. Like, you got to be careful what you do in school. You know what I mean? No fights. Someone's going to sue you. I'm like, dude, I'm 11.
One time I was like running in Target. I'm like running in Target just because I'm a fucking horse. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, there's such good running lanes and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go. Then I'm in the toys and looking like, okay. I got $15. Break down the map, that's 7. Okay, then I'll get some candies. Or no, fuck it, I'll just go 2 toys. Fuck it. Like, fuck 2 toys straight up. Okay, 2 toys, okay. If I get these 2 toys, I'll still have $3 more left and I'll stack towards my next toy visit. You know what I mean? Like, already. All right, I'm gonna do that. Get a boom. Now I'm running up the toys and shit, run back to my mom, cut around the corner, and then she just like look at me like so pissed. Like, what if you run around the corner, this old lady, and you break her and she falls and breaks her hips and she sues us? What the fuck? That was so specific. I'm like, did you do this shit before or something? Like, I remember my mom said that exact line, bro. That exact line at least 12 times. What if you run around the corner, hit an old lady, she falls, breaks her hips, she sues us? I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I'm like scared of old ladies and shit. I'm like, these bitches are out here suing, dog.
Well, dude, you also see it especially once you like are in full stride in puberty too, as a big man. Once you're like 13, 14 years old, everybody's like, oh shit. They're like freaked out.
Bro, yeah. That's
like freaked out by you because you're a teenager. You're just like any other teenager, except for you're bigger than all like the teachers and shit. So they're like, well,
right. And then depending on
I think this 13-year-old could take me if he wanted to.
Straight up, bro. And then you start noticing that shit. And then like, you're like, okay, maybe I can eye up everybody. If everyone wants to eye up me all the time, then I guess I can eye up everybody. So then that's when you kind of like, depending on how big you really are and how you're handling your big man shit, that's when you start tipping like, am I going to be like this aggressor? Or am I going to stay neutral? Or am I going to be like a soft?
Some guys shrink. Some guys shrivel up, bro. Some big guys are real, like they're 5'2" in their mind.
It's crazy, and it's society like low-key did that to them, but then they chose to do it to themselves because they couldn't handle their like surrounding environments. It's fucked up, bro.
Dude, it's definitely the surroundings, you know, like through school, always kind of getting like told to like be docile, bring yourself, like make yourself small so everyone feels comfortable.
Yeah, bro, fucked up. Or maybe something happened, like maybe he did hit the grandma, dog. Maybe he did get sued, bro. Maybe these fools are getting sued, bro. You know what I mean? Now he's like, he got sued.
Damn, dude, his grandma sued his ass.
Damn, grandma sued this motherfucker, bro. Damn, that's fucked up. But Yeah, that's crazy. That's another level. Then you start graduating from there, and then that's when like, you know, like I was like, you know, when you're really big, like, cause there's like the big skinny dudes that are like big, but they're whack. You know what I mean? They're like,
Right.
they're cool. They can be cool, like, but they're usually like on their own weird shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm fucking with you. But then there's like the big dudes that are like more like, you know, lime and heavy as fuck. Dude, those dudes are usually happy as hell because they're in love with food first. They're addicted. And they're like, that shit's endorphin city, bro. How can't you be happy? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then there's like the big dude, like the hybrid, like the mesomorph motherfuckers like ourselves, where you're just kind of like this, like high, like you're high, like you're just like a high tuned athlete that's like also big as fuck. And you're like, yo, sometimes I can chill out and eat Pop Tarts all day, and I'm just gonna look just like this, or I can get super high fine tuned, and I'm gonna get in this weird, you know, thoroughbred like Ferrari state where it's like so that's what's happening to me. So then now like, okay, now like, oh, do I have an ego? No, like this is my curse. Like, fuck, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, bro.
Like I'm trying to make y'all still feel cool. So I'm just being funny. So like that's like that works. You know what I mean? Like so anyway, like
bro, isn't it funny the things that you find to make people feel comfortable?
Yeah, and you have your like they're like right here, like oh okay, I'm funny, right? And they're like, oh okay. He's not gonna kill us. You're like, yeah, I'm not. You're like, I'm not. I promise I won't. You know, because some people are like, oh my God, you're so big. Like some people look at you like, damn, what the fuck? Like, and then some people are like, but then back to like 15, 16, I remember that's like where I was getting at. I was like, I was like fat, taller, boom, fat, taller, boom. So like once I got past my third like cocoon, speaking of cocoons, bro, I was just with my girlfriend. And we like found this big ass fucking caterpillar, bro. It fell down like in a storm, like it's squirming. It's like huge, like beautiful, but like creepy as fuck, big ass green motherfucker. He's dying. So I'm like putting him up, and he kind of looked like he might have been trying to go through his cocoon shit. So he started breaking it down, all crazy logical when I was talking about it. Like, damn, look, he might have been already trying to go into his metapod state where he's like in his cocoon and he just he fell the tree out during the storm, and now he's like fucked. I wonder, like, you could tell, you know what I mean? And so then she started doing some research. It's crazy when a caterpillar, before it goes like cocoon mode, its whole like insides is turned into like a nutritious soup, bro. And it's like spinal discs. It doesn't have a spinal cord. It has like discs like remain like intact, and then also it like turns into a shell of just goo, and then it just like somehow like reforms through that goo. It literally dies and like is born again, like super alien shit.
That's crazy.
I digress.
That's crazy, like, dude.
That's crazy, bro. Super crazy. Like, yo, like, shout out to my girlfriend. She looks up dope shit. I'm
gonna have to look up caterpillars now.
Look up caterpillar shit, bro. But anyway, when I was through my fucking third cocoon as like a giant human, like I finally like got my last fat state and like started going like, oh, it's like Saiyan mode and shit. Like that was when it was like apparent, like I was like different than every motherfucker, but like I found motherfuckers like you and other friends that were big. It was like, okay, like we're good, right? We're good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're good, bro. Like they're just, you know, there's rules and shit now. You know, saying 1,000 years ago, there's no more swords and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just chilling, like how we have to chill. So anyway, once I got through that, that's when you started noticing like females peep game so hard, bro. Like crazy hard. Like depending on the state too, obviously, like we're males too, and like males will like have a mindset and have a stigma, but like it's crazy how some females would be like gawking, right, bro? Like, damn, homie, like, and like it's cool, and I welcome it, but it's also sometimes like, what the fuck? The script is crazy just because of my outlier ass, like just because I'm so big, just like you can just bust out a rubberneck right in front of your whole ass husband, or like right in front of your whole ass boyfriend, or right in front of your whole ass son or daughter or whatever, and you're just like, damn, like. There's no rules right now for this 14 seconds that you can like keep me in your sight. Like it's crazy. Like, and you're like, damn, baby, my eyes are up here type shit. You're like, damn, like, you know
it is crazy. There are no rules during that time. There are no rules.
You're just like, and then all we can do is just make sure that they're comfortable. So we're just like, smile, like, like, oh shit, oh, and then and sometimes you see a situation now you can't wizard out of it because all of a sudden she's seen you and she's like, oh, she's doing full like, whoa. Like my breeding instincts are kicking in so sick. And then all of a sudden her man's seen and her man's like, fuck. Like, and you're just like, whoa, I can't make this scene happier. You know what I mean? So then you just got to fucking progress forward and shit, dog. Like act like you didn't see it or something. And then we just have to just bear that. You know what I mean? That's just crazy, dog. Madness.
It is, dude. It is a weight to bear. Like it's not as great as everybody thinks it is. It comes with right. You know what I mean? It comes at a cost.
It does. And like, it's like always it's perceived as like, yeah, the super luxury, and there's luxurious parts to it, but like, dog, we're buying more expensive beds, which have more expensive bed sheets, which makes you buy more laundry detergent. Or we got clothes for
well,
days,
think about increases confrontation as well, because then people are salty, right? They're mad at you just for existing.
Yeah, that shit's mad. That's like that's like 101 shit. That's crazy, bro. Like, kumbaya to those motherfuckers. Like, I appreciate you, but like, damn, like, there's no need for that weird shit. Like, but I like it though, because I like to like kill it with kindness, but like in a very like, wait, was that kind? You know, type of way. Like, that shit's fun, bro. That's when I started becoming a real wizard, because now it's because we're big. Now we're also cursed with wizarding fucking brain power. Now we got to fucking psycho break all you motherfuckers down and then remold you into our friends. And I'm with it, like, but damn, it gets exhausting, bro. And now you wonder why I smoke weed on camera. I'm talking about, like, damn.
Got to relax the brain sometimes.
Yeah, we're just sorted out. Damn. But yeah, it's cool, bro. Like,
it adds that new lens.
There's a whole new lens, bro. But it's good to be like it's good to be part of a tribe, bro. Like, I'm lucky, like with Dogtown, I got a good tribe I'm a part of right now. Like, they get me, like, I get them. I got you. Especially during these Corona times, you know, our tribe kind of like had some saran wrap sucked in on. I feel like we're all just kind of like, oh shit, we're all in that like cocoon state. I was just talking about, we're all just like nutritious juice with this.
Well, you found, so what this is doing right now is fine. Like, you have found who your people are, like the people that are calling you, that are checking up on you, and you're checking up on them. Like, those are your people. Like, those are the ones that, you know, you can count on. And
whoever came into your life during this time and stuck around, like,
yeah,
there's like, we talk about no rules during that 15 seconds or whatever. Like, during this time, there was kind of no rules, bro. Like, there was looting going on, all this crazy shit. Like, everything had its own justification, whatever. But like, think about how, in comparison to before all this Corona happened to now, how like rules were like out the window. You feel me? Like, everything's crazy right now. So for someone to keep you perceivably as their close compadre or close friend or close lover or close whatever, like, this was a time, like a tell-all time. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason you should be fucking with anyone that you don't have time for right now, because like, we're in panic mode. Like, no matter how big you are, how little you are, how rich you are, like, people were like searching for like realness and like,
yeah, none of that matters.
What they had, none of that shit matters, especially now, bro. This shit, like, it's weird. As much as it like suppressed us and flipped game on us, it like pulled up the veil so heavy that like they're pretending like, you didn't see that, right? And like, it's so weird, bro. It's bad weird. Like, for the masses to see that too, you know what I mean? Like, everybody that was like woke or like paying attention to extra conspiracies or whatever prior to, like, that's dope. But now, like, even like the Walmart motherfuckers are like, whoa, there's some ideas out there I might not think of. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, bro. Like, everybody's like talking about shit now. Even like the darkest, most whatever part of the Facebook you get into that's talking about, you know, whatever.com.
All the pedophiles.
Yeah, dog. Like, it's all like opened up, bro. It's crazy. It's just scary, dog.
Dude, it's very
crazy,
scary,
bro.
Is it? I feel like people, because of how much craziness is going on in the world right now, that people aren't grasping like the grandness, like how severe this whole, like, if this is true, if like all the rumors, all the pedophile, like the elite ring pedophile, rumors are true, if that's not like a conspiracy, right? Because that's what, you know, conspiracy. If that is actually true, like they're saying that it's going to be with this information that's about to be leaked from the Epstein case, right?
Right. Yeah.
If that shit gets out and that's true, dude, I think it's going to like shake the foundations of like our society.
Humanity.
Yeah.
There's going to be a weird wave of like uncertainty and like impending doom for a lot of people. There's also going to be a lot of like power moves made by the people that are exposed, which could be scary. There's also going to be like a whole lot of like aftershock of like people that are like maybe in that category that have been like silent and might like rally and like get on some weird like tip of a movement. You know what I mean? There's a lot of weird like aftershock that can like come.
Well, think about it. If like
crazy,
if the top like if there's top politicians, right, all over the world, not just in this country, all over the world, top businessmen all over the world, which there's really not a difference. There's really not too much of a difference between a businessman and a politician other than the title. But like once you have big enough business, like you can become a politician. So you've got these major people and, you know, people in Hollywood as well. Hollywood, which controls the media, media is the foundation of a democracy. It's like the backbone, right? So like you control media. So like you've got these very influential people of importance in our society that are all potentially about to go down for some of the most foul, corrupt, taboo things that could happen as a human being, right? And it's going to just, like you said, there's going to be a power vacuum. Because think about it, people that are in positions of authority that are being accused of this, like, hold on, I don't know anything anymore. Because like, I thought you were a good person. I thought you were a representative of the people. Yeah. I thought you had values that I could believe and trust in. And I'm listening to you and all these rules, but now like you are the most foul thing on this planet. And like, what rules am I following that you're talking? Who are you? Hell no.
And who instilled these rules and when, and why are we still upholding them if you're the guy in charge? And like, I'm questioning the deepest roots of all this shit, bro. So it's crazy, bro. Like
people will wake up, they'll get
be like
unplugged.
There's gonna be like a remapping of a lot of traits, bro. A lot of weird shit that's going on. Like it's crazy. Like I was just like the other day, I was like looking out this window and it's like family was having like a graduation party in their backyard, bro. Like an in-home, like something like a birthday party, but it was a graduation party for school. You know what I mean? I don't know what grade it was, but it was definitely like middle school or lower. You feel me? It was like,
dude,
beautiful, but like also like, holy shit, this is how we gotta like uphold our like traditions of like graduating school. It's like, we'll go ahead, my G.
Yeah, no, to just piggyback off of that, my niece had her birthday in April 18th. And they did a drive-by birthday party where like she came out at the end of the driveway and like my grandparents and like my aunts and cousins, like they drove by in a line in the car and they made signs or whatever and like honked the horn. She came up, they exchanged gifts and like pictures. They drove by the next one. They did that. It took like 5 minutes. I remember they like my mom sent me a video of it and I was just like, this is strange.
That shit's strange, bro.
Like that, this is crazy.
Like of all,
that's what the birthday party is now.
Like that, I mean, like respect to getting it done and like showing family love because that shit's important. But like, who even like pitched that idea? You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy, bro. Like, what a crazy idea. You feel me? Like, that's a crazy idea to pitch, dog. Like, look, just hear me out. Like, we all got cars. It'd be just real quick. Like we're looking at Christmas lights. It's like when you're a kid looking at Christmas lights, but it's a birthday party. It's only one.
Dude, I love going looking for Christmas lights.
Bro, me too. That's the best. At night.
Dude, there's nothing like fresh snowfall where the ground is covered and it's right around Christmas time. So the lights are up and like the first kind of winter nights with snow on the ground where there's Christmas lights. There's it's like, I don't know, dude. There's magic. Something about it.
It's fucking real magic and you feel it because you just love and it's magic, dog. You feel that shit. What I love.
The snow itself is like magical. When there's just a fresh snowfall, there's nothing quite like a fresh snowfall. The air is super quiet. It just seems and feels fresh, and cleaner. And it's just like, there's like a new frequency that's like calmer.
Yeah. Whoa. Everything's slowed down through space.
Dude. And it's just like, you're cold, but you're not cold, you know, like it's not a cold, like a miserable cold. It's like an invigorating cold.
Invigoration, bro. And I like to embrace it. I wear shorts. Fuck it. I'm from Colorado, bro.
I'll go, dude. I'm from Erie, dog. So I'm right there with you. We get that mad snow. I'll go outside, no shirt on.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. I would walk to school with a hoodie, basketball shoes, basketball shorts on, just letting the calves suffer, just breaking myself mentally, just That to say nothing, bro. But but you know what that is? It's I didn't even realize until you just said it, bro. It is invigoration. I was up there like, oh, I'm pressing forward regardless.
There's like, something about the cold. It's like, yo, there's something about the cold where it's like, yo, I can endure this. Like all you are bundling up and bitching and complaining. It's like, it ain't nothing to me.
It ain't nothing to me.
It ain't nothing to me. Cold. Temperature is a mind state.
It kind of empowers.
I think we lost Josh. Damn, I think we lost a homie. I'm going to try and make this work, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a shit ton of technical difficulties just getting this thing started to you, but we didn't make any excuses. We just got some results, but looks like we went down again. I'm not going to accept this as an L quite yet. Okay. I'm going to persevere, push on. Yo, he's the funniest. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's the funniest motherfucker, bro. Oh, he's back.
I died.
I thought that's what happened. I think I saved it. I think.
Thank God you didn't put the cloud because it probably would have been like, are you sure? Name it. I don't know. Yo, we were on one. That was funny. I was like, I hope you got it. I was like, it empowers me. And then my shit died. It empowers me, Death. I'm gonna just go do a little endorsement deal real quick. Keto, fresh, matcha, sterile plant milk. Got me through Corona free. How coinkydink is that? Let's go, keto. Anyway,
no soy. USDA organic.
No soy boys in here.
No.
Yo, I don't even know if I want to dive into the depths of hell to talk about the WWE, but I kind of thought about it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's where
Got some PTSD, bro. Shit.
Yeah, there is some legit PTSD with that place.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Everybody knows it.
Dude, you were the first dude that I was like friends with there.
For sure.
Because I came in right after, because Tough Enough happened.
Right.
You came in earlier because the whole Tough Enough squad that ended up getting brought on came in like a month after you did, which was right at the same time that I came in. I started. Right. So like we were kind of on the floor in the same beginners courses, like with each other, but not in the same like classes quite yet. But like I could just tell from from the little interaction that we had from a distance. And like in the weight room and shit, I was like, yo, this is one of my people. I know this. Like I could feel like it's like one of those things where when you meet somebody, you just have like instant chemistry.
For sure, bro. And like we thought the same immediately without words because we were in there kind of like looking at some of these motherfuckers like, wait, what? And then we're making our own face to ourselves. And then we just so thankfully saw each other making the same expression. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you thinking that too? Yeah, damn, bro, what was that? You know what I mean? And then I just kept repeating. And then that might have been our first communication, honestly, without even thinking about it until just now. And then we kind of like, what up? Like, yeah, exchange, like, all right, cool. I got your number now. What up? Yep, cool. And then now, like, we're kind of like in this together from a distance because we're big dudes that we were just talking about coincidentally that we're going to make all these motherfuckers feel safe so they can accept us into their shit because we're trying to take their shit over. Not in a malicious way, just in a fucking championship way, dog. Bro, like, straight up. And, like, they were cool with that, bro. Like, the way I would break it down to the simple human that maybe isn't a fucking big-ass mark or whatever, it would be like there's, like, type A and type B in modern day WWE, and it goes like this. Type A is like the glorious, like kind of wrestled in high school, maybe did some football in high school, then went straight into the indie scene, bro. And they were in the trenches for sure, right? And they were just doing their thing. And like, that's cool. I don't really know that culture. I wasn't a part of it. I'm not going to pretend like I was part of it. I respect it though, 100%. And I'm only sounding facetious because these motherfuckers came out my throat. You feel me? So like, they basically
like go through the streets. They develop their ever-changing gimmick, and they become the face.
Who was coming for your throat?
I would say like all of WWE in the sense of the way that I won and gained my positioning there. It was like
right. There was like this saltiness. You had like automatically you had like this negative. You were getting negative energy from people from the jump because you won that year. What year was that? 2016.
It was 2015. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, you won 2015 WWE Tough Enough, right? You were the reality TV show's winner, which got you a contract for a pretty considerable amount of money, right? $250K.
Yeah, out the jump and then some. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So that makes people salty. You know what I mean? That you come in and make
it was my first $250,000, bro. I mean, like I remember the day. Like let's share the moment. I remember one day I woke up. I was like, damn. That's a whole lot of sexy ass cash coming my way. I got a nice bed for it. So I went to Chase.
How old were you? 24, 25?
I was 24.
Okay.
I went to Chase. I was like, skirt. I never been to Chase before ever. Well, actually I had been, but not with my account. And then so I was like, yo, I need a Premier account if that's a real thing, because I got some Premier cash flow coming in and I want to put it in your shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like whatever kind of heavy metal, dense, clinky card you got, I'm gonna grab that. And then so like, oh cool, such a business. And then I'm like waiting. That's kind of when that first little like head jog came, because I won and I didn't even see bread for like 2 weeks. I was like still like using some of my like considerable cash to like get me by type shit. And all of a sudden one morning I woke up. This is the part I'm supposed to sing of the whole thing. I'm just getting long-winded here. I woke up. I was like, ooh. And then it was like, I'm like, what is this? A sidekick again? Like a weird-ass vibration? I'm like, this is my iPhone. It's making a weird-ass vibration. I look. It's like saying something to me like, it's like, you got a notification on your Chase account. I check my Chase account. Boom. It's like, there's been a deposit. Look at it. 1,000, comma, 000, period, 000. I'm like, damn, 100K in the account? Yo, Cap. What it is, I was like, oh shit, Amazon. Ting, ting. Buy Amazon Prime. Yep. Ting, ting. Sing. I didn't even get out of bed. I spent like 2 G's. I was like, bing, 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 Nickelodeon. Because it's still rocket power, dog. Straight up, it's still rocket power.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, it's still rocket power, dog. Yo.
So that's got to be an incredible feeling, right? To just get a big lump sum of cash.
Yeah, like that's an incredible feeling, because also like it's all legal, so that's even better. You're like,
right. Well, and especially because of you had been grinding.
Bro, I had been grinding. It was like 16 weeks, bro. Like it went like this, bro. I had
even before wrestling, like even before the Tough Enough, from football and like just on the come up, and it's as a youngster into young manhood. You know what I mean? Like you were on the grind, a different grind, but still the grind nonetheless.
Bro, nonetheless, bro, I was on the grind, dog. I mean, like I appreciate you saying that, and like I know you know that more than a lot of people, but like I feel like that payout was nice. It was kind of like one of those karma payout moments where like I had been deserved that like indefinitely. It was just a matter of time type shit, and it was just like a nice little moment to like a nice win. You feel me? Like I was out there doing what I was like trying to learn to love and getting a lot of cash for it, and I needed that cash in the moment. And I think it was just something that I learned a whole lot of lessons from, the WWE in a whole. But I'll go back to that original story, bro. I was basically saying there's that type A. They're like the indie scene sicko.
No, we were talking about the people that were the way you were feeling towards people coming after you because of that stick, because you had that money.
Oh yeah. So like that was the type A. These type A guys were mostly the most hurt ones, right? So that type A is like the guys that like came up through the indie scene and made it, and were coincidentally also in NXT. So these are a very specific type of indie guys, and they got there through their own certain individual ways, but they were, for whatever reason, in this accumulation, at the same sequential time that I had just gotten to NXT. And
they're just like purists, and they believe that there was like a certain way to come up in wrestling, and the way that you did was a non-traditional way. So instead of being understanding that it's like a crazy, diverse world, and there's
my mouth maliciously
to get there,
bro, that came at me. So I'm just like, I remember that shit. You feel me? So for me, and then there was the type B that were like more like me, that also didn't give a fuck, and were just like, yo, this is cool. Like, let's make money together or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They were usually the guy that like maybe had a couple of athletic or like some type of physical entertainment like paths prior to wrestling that were able to just like showcase their talents and their abilities, and then they got absorbed through recruitment. So like they kind of also had like a little more of like a hop to intro into the WWE. So like that was like a natural segregation of like two types of humanoids in the WWE, and I felt there was always like a slight clash. Like just it was obvious to me, and I think I was probably on a biased end of that, so like I saw it differently. But
yeah, there was a little bit of animosity between like the wrestling purists and then like the guys who came from different endeavors. There was like those two camps, and like I don't know, I honestly, the time that you were there, things were completely different. So there was like a different kind of mindset that was there.
Because I've heard that a lot now. It's a damn shame that it was like that. Because like,
but it was bad. It was bad there for a while in terms of that. Some of that too is also when you first get there, not realizing that there's so many games that are being played, and there's so many levels of the illusion that when you first come in, like you're kind of getting it from all over the place. But it takes you a little bit to realize that the majority of the people you're getting shit from aren't shit. They're not even anybody to waste your thoughts over, because they have no say over, your money or like whatever your tasks or assignment are. It's just like weird social pressure that's like, yo, you're not my boss, you're my coworker.
Right. And like up front, you're not even really sure like how to like place that hierarchy. And you kind of like as an athlete, maybe you like can take that template of like discipline and teamwork and earning your spot and apply it to that, and it might be too crass or too hardcore for you feel me? So like, all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck is this? I'm like hurting feelings from doing this like hoorah team shit. I gotta like back off. So then it was just different,
because it's an illusion of a team atmosphere. They use like, that's why it's like they like athletes, and they come in and they like have the producers like call themselves coaches, and then like so then you're like coach, and you've been trained since however 8 years old, however whenever you first started playing sports, to like listen to your coach and to like try and like you're trained well, essentially. You can be programmed very well, so that like that coach athlete relationship can be like taken advantage of. So it's like when you get in there as an athlete, you got to realize it's not athletics.
Right. And that's kind of it's hard to like make that transition, because you're like doing something so similar to what you're used to. But anyway, for my personal, so that's just like an ideology that I like would preach if I were to explain it. But then for my personal story now, like then quickly I had already this cloud around me that was just kind of like waiting for me to slip on a banana peel so they could pounce, just like in any situation.
Yeah, you drew a lot of attention when you were in there.
I did, bro. And so I like at one point in time I was at home watching Raw, and then they had just declared me a heel, and I was like, all right, cool, I can rock with that. They gave me this kind of like whack name. They weren't trying to like let me be Eddie. They were trying to make me be like Bronson Matthews. So I like painted up Bronson, Big Action Matthews, the most controversial man in sports entertainment today.
I remember this character.
So I was just like, you know what I mean? I was trying to roll with that. And I was kind of like letting it be broad but cool with me, and like be soft and keep them gentle and let them re-accept me, because they already had me from a distance. But I kept coming back with my charisma. They'd be like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. And then like I started getting some work in. We had a good ass match one time. We had some nice moments. Like there was a couple matches I had. There was a couple promos I cut, and then all of a sudden, like I slipped on this banana peel. I was at home watching Raw as the new declared heel, and I threw up a tweet as I was live watching the Big Show bop up the Social Outcasts, these 4 like YMCA looking motherfuckers that came on semi-gothic shit came out. They like did their cool gimmick, like no disrespect. It was mad cool. And then all of a sudden, this motherfucking Big Show came out and was like, enough of this shit. Bop, 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 bop. They're all out. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm heel mode. Like, how am I going to critique this on Twitter? Because now it's my job. I'm clocking in. I'm on a clock in and I'm at the crib watching. So then I'm like, yup, I like it. ... return. Hashtag, instead of their name, Social Outcasts, I said hashtag social jobbers. Oh, shit. No. Oh, shit.
Yo, this tweet, bro, this tweet got mad action. This tweet got mad action. It got mad social media tracking, right? You had sites picking up. You had non-wrestling sites picking it up, talking about it, which is like, it's hard to do to like pick up traction outside of the wrestling world with like wrestling, especially a tweet from like a wrestler to a wrestler, right? Then within the wrestling world, like you legit, like not in character got people mad, but got like real life people angry as hell, like sad as hell.
Sad as hell, bro.
Sad as hell, bro. Just tears rolling down these boys' eyes.
If I like it, ... Hashtag social jobbers. Okay. And the only reason I even knew what the jobber word was and was trying to use it within my newfound ecosystem was because these motherfuckers are jokingly calling us jobbers all the time. And they're just like, and I don't care. That's cool. Like, I'm with that. Like if you want to vet me from calling me jobber, like that's cool, bro. And if you don't know what jobber is, Google that shit. You'll be disappointed if you Google it. Basically, I call them social jobbers. It was disrespectful. So anyway, that led into like all this crazy animosity. You're like temporarily kicked out of the locker room. But guess what? No one actually even said that to me. I got an email about it, and then like a text message from Bloom about it. And then I was kind of like, what? Like, this is real? So then I like tested and I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, where I'm from, like say that to my face, I'm really kicked out. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird, like electronic shit, talking about me like some indefinite shit. So I just went into the locker room one day for a quick little, like first session, I left my bag, like kind of not really like claiming a spot in the locker room, but also like in there. We went to practice. I came back up and my shit was all out in the hallway. I don't know if you remember if you were there, but my shit was all out in the hallway.
I remember.
You remember that, dog? You remember?
Yeah, dude, I was there for the whole thing.
I know you were. That's why I'm asking.
I was there for the whole thing.
Bro, you were there for the whole shits, bro. I was so pissed. Like, that was one of the days where, like, on my big man shit, I was like, death or not death. I was pissed, bro. I'm like, how dare you throw my shit? Like, not only did they, like, put my shit out in the hall, they unzipped it like a bitch would and they did a ding, 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 pepper, pepper, pepper.
Right.
Win. Oh, oops, I ran out because all the whole bag's on the floor now. I was like, damn, bro. Like, what if I had something valuable in there? Like, what if I had my laptop in there, some shit that did it all, some cute shit? Like, that shit, be a man, like, cut a promo on me, like, get some work in, bitch. Like, whoever did that, I'm calling you out right now. Fuck you, homie. Anyway, I think it was Bull Dempsey's bitch ass, probably. Psych. You can edit that out if you want.
I ain't editing shit, bro. I ain't editing shit.
But anyway, like, also, bro, when they canned Billy Gunn, bro, however that went down, that was like my fucking.
That was your guy.
That was my Qui-Gon Jinn just died, bro. I was like, no way.
Damn.
That was my Qui-Gon. I felt it in the air, bro. He was
trying to like, heavy.
He was trying to sun me hard, but he like, I felt like he fucked me. I was like, yo, I'm gonna like learn a lot from this guy. I have the same mindset as him. I have the whole company. I'm like, if I'm trying to aspire to be like, it'd be like Billy Gunn, like just like as a man first and then as a entertainer second. He was cool as fuck, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's a shame you didn't get to experience him as much as I did, even though I didn't get to experience him for sure.
Right.
Once I got into it, I wasn't seeing a lot. He was trying to give me that, like, oh shit, he's gonna give me heat. You know what I mean? Like, he's cool as fuck, but these people don't know yet, so he's gonna give me heat if I associate too heavy. That's how I felt, but who knows? Like, I still fuck with him. Like, he's cool. But then when Matt Bloom took over, he was kind of like on some Humpty Dumpty's just got put together again. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, damn, this food is diabolical. One day, like, I was like getting outside of my relationship, and I was like at Chipotle with somebody, and this food texted me like Chipotle. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, yay, don't you? Like, fat motherfucker, I know you do. Like, damn, what you talking about me about? Do I like Chipotle? But he was just hitting me like, I seen you, and I know who you're with, and that's cool. Like, but damn, like, that's how I knew it was weird, bro. Like, you show me cards like that, I know you're weird. Like, why would you text me that, bro? You're a grown ass man. I don't even know how old you are. I'm gonna guess 40 plus easily with your fucking, like, what the fuck?
Wait, so he was texting you. He knew where you were.
Yeah, bro, that's what I really knew shit was weird. I just got outside my shit, you know? And I was kind of like, I'm going to Chipotle. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you want to roll? Like, I'll meet you at Chipotle. And it was just like, cool, like, kind of incognito, but not really too hard. Like, if something happens. So I'm chilling. It was one of those things I got the food and, like, to stay incognito, even, like, hop in the whip, chilling in the whip, eating in the whip. And then all of a sudden, like, I get a whoop, and I'm like, Matt Bloom. So I'm like, oh shit, my boss, I respect him. I'm going to look right now because, like, I want to get to the bottom of whatever he needs because it's respect. Check. And it's like Chipotle, huh? Like, maybe a wink face or like a ... some facetious shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes facetious emphasis was definitely on this motherfucker.
Right.
Can't really remember because I got kicked in the head by Caesar. Psych, fuck you, Caesar. What up, G? Miss you. Anyway,
oh.
But anyway, yeah, I was like, and I even showed her. I'm like, yo, look this, and she's like, oh fuck. I'm like, yeah, that's ugly. Like, what? And so like I was kind of like shook like that. So next time I saw him, one day I saw him. Remember he had that weird talk with us. He's like, everybody come in here. Everyone come in here. He's against the ring. You guys, okay? No dating these females here. Don't mess around with any divas. I don't want to see anybody dating any divas. I hear about it. You don't want me to hear about it, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, damn, this fool already texted me about this shit like 6 days ago. Now he's still in the group. I'm already fucked. Like, that's something you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, so like that timing of like you know, but like I think that's the first time I've described that timing for you. So for me, my perception is like this fool just gave me this third wall that I'm already fucked.
Right.
In front of the group without the group knowing. So I'm like, damn, all right. So I already had this trend, bro. And then he was like, every drug test, even though like I was hopscotching through that hoe, like when it came to marijuana, because I'm a G like that, didn't give a fuck. Like this fool would just call me out. You're gonna piss? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a piss for you. Well, guess what? Then I'm gonna fucking get this motherfucking bomb ass Jello shit, slam it to the head, and it's just gonna confuse the test. And I'm gonna piss and keep smoking weed because you're driving me crazy, Matt Bloom.
Yo, that pectin, bro. That pectin will mask your system. You get that good pectin, bro.
I'm telling you right now, yo, pectin. Me and my man Dan need a sponsorship right now. Pectin, brother.
Bro, I'm telling you, pectin in a 24-ounce Gatorade bottle. Chug it. Fill it up with water. Chug that. Pee 2 times. Then take the drug test. You'll pass it every time for a marijuana drug test. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, period. And I'm going to repeat it, like, because I love it too. My man Dan told me, he's the one that put me on. He was like, yo, bro. I was like, yo, I think we have it tomorrow, bro. Like, shit, I'm not even edible. Fuck. I'm like, and luckily, though, we had like no body fat on us, and we're just fucking.
That helps, bro. That helps having this dude's running spots.
It also helps get it out of your system. If you take fucking 15 bumps a day with Robbie's class and stand on your neck, that also helps get it out of your system if you ever need that. But anyway, I'd be like, damn, we lived that, bro. That's crazy. So then anyway, like, we basically get the bottle, bro. My man Dan's like, get the Gatorade bottle, get the pectin on it. You get the pectin, you got like 3 packets in there, so just keep it in your gym bag, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the 3 pods, you got ammunition on you. You only need 1 per serving. So you get the Gatorade bottle, crack that thing open, drink the neck, pour it, shake it, chug it. Damn, that sucks. Who cares? You're about to pass the test. Piss water into that motherfucker. Boom, fill it with water. Now chug the water. Try to get a piss out, and then go fucking win that day. Win the day, baby.
That's all it is, bro. It's simple. That's just science.
That's science, bro. That's literally the creatine just outside.
So you never failed, but you never, like, that was never an issue. That was never a thing.
Once. And I would only have failed for marijuana, and I never failed once.
Right.
But he tried me, bro.
Right. They were coming after you. They were trying to get you in various ways. They kicked you out the locker room. They were putting you on a bunch of drug tests.
So they kicked me out of the locker room. Let's get back on track. I'm out of the locker room temporary. And then so finally I get the balls. I'm like, I think I asked like Biff or somebody to be like, yo, like, how long do you think this fucking locker room shit's gonna go, bro? Like I want to love y'all, bro. Like, I'm a lover. Like, as just as big as I am, I like, you fill this whole vessel up. Like,
you're an extrovert, bro. You need to be around the people.
Yeah, bro. And like, I'm not just trying to be around them. I'm trying to love them, dog, straight up. Like, and watch when they love that, I love them. But fuck it, it never got to that. All of a sudden, he's like, I don't know, but next thing, all these armory shows, I'm like, not only going to armory, but I'm finding like the captain of the armory's desk, and I'm setting up in his room because I'm pissed. I'm like, this is my locker room. I'm eating a 5-course meal from fucking Pollo Loco or whatever the fuck that shit's called every fucking other day. I have like 6 meals. I'm getting fat. I'm eating rolls and shit. I'm on vacation every day. I'm like, fuck. They're never even playing me. I'm just getting fucking huge right now for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And then finally, like, oh, hey, you got something tonight? And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm putting coconut oil on and shit. And then all of a sudden, they, like, changed the script last minute. You just got a promo. I'd go out there, cut a decent promo. Then I was like, fuck it. Next time, I got to cut a sick promo. Then I started cutting sick promos because that's all they'd give me. And then suddenly, they'd hyper-critique my promos. And I'd be like, I got a bunch of sad boys in the back that don't want to face me. And I was saying crazy shit just to talk shit because they didn't want to play me. So I'm, like, calling them out to try to get them to see the action. And then that didn't work. I'm still out of the locker room. One time I'm out of the locker room, I'm set up in the mini hall, I'm eating and shit. Mandy Sachs comes over, she's like, I miss you. Like, I feel like we never even get to talk anymore because everybody hates you. I'm like, I know, it's crazy, right? She like gives me like a little hug and shit. She's all nice to me because we're fucking tough enough family. Like, that's
right.
Nobody can get that shit from us. Like, we went through that shit alone, dog. 16 weeks in the fucking shits.
She was always cool people.
She was always nice, bro. Super respectful. All love for Mandy, bro. She came and gave me like a little side hug, like, oh, like I wish you were like not like disbanded from all
yeah, in timeout.
And I'm like, yeah, you know, me too. Like, that'd be nice, but fuck you. You know, I'll just stay in jail, WWE jail, whatever.
Dude, I remember, bro. Yo, so you would go and find, every time we'd go to like a small show, whether it was an armory, community center, wherever, like you couldn't go into the locker rooms that we had, which would just be some random ass room that they would have us all in. So you couldn't go so you'd have to find, so it was like, yo, like finding the craziest room in the building to like make your office essentially.
Yeah. I'd make it my big ass den, and I would just change and like hang up my clothes. And
we would just go in there. We would just go in there and party.
Yeah, straight up, bro. Period. And then the tweet happened, and then it got worse and worse and worse.
So do you think so all the backlash from the tweet was the beginning of the end?
Yeah, I felt it. Like, for the amount of people I read online that were like, you just committed, dog, this is what they literally said. You just committed career suicide. I was like, what? I was like screenshotting those, sending them to my boys back home, and like, yo, people are saying I'm committing suicide online. It's kind of weird, bro. Like, that's pretty deep. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden it progressed. I was kicked out for a while. All of a sudden, like, I get word from like Chipotle Shawty that is like, yo, I heard they're going to do like wrestling court with you. And I was like, yay? I'm like, what does that even mean? And at first I was kind of like I kind of like almost didn't even really understand what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, like, is this a joke or something? Like wrestling court? I never heard of that. I'm not like a mark enough to know that there was ever wrestling court. Like,
so like, what is wrestling court?
So that's what I'm wondering. So I'm like, yo, what is it? And then she breaks it down like, oh, back in the days, whenever the boys had like trouble or like whatever, like they would have wrestling court, and like they would have like the hierarchy that be like kind of run it, and they would just settle it in front of the boys so they could like get over the drama, which is actually kind of honorable. Like, they didn't really like that no more. They were trying to like redo that to maybe like install old stigma, but like they did it in a bitch made way, so it like ruined it. But like back then they would do that. I think it was like maybe JPL or something. I don't know. Maybe I said that acronym wrong. I don't know. He was the judge. He was like the judge, I guess. or some shit. But so anyway, in my second, third, or whatever the fuck guitar generation I was in, Mark Henry was the guy. So we went in. So then anyway, one day, some of us NXT fucking jobber pieces of trash got called down to the somewhere in Miami. I don't know. I wasn't driving. I think you were
Tampa.
driving.
No, it was in Tampa. They had SmackDown in Tampa, and we got called to go.
So we got called to go. I'm like, cool, let's show out. I'm in the Lululemon fit, looking tight and nice, looking like I'm about to be like a fucking yoga professor or some shit. I feel like I look good. I feel good. I'm about to go play good no matter what court system they put me in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bulletproof. Let's go. So we get down there. The one thing that Bloom did do me right with was he was like, yo, bro, like, take some lick as an offering if you wanted to, bro. Like, they probably like Tito's vodka. I was like, oh, check mark. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. So anyway, we get down to the spot, whatever. I make it down there. I don't think I drove down there with you, actually. I think I might have grabbed some Chipotle on the way down there, honestly. And then so, you know what I'm saying? If you retro, I might have grabbed some.
I do.
Went down there Chipotle, you feel me? So then I basically got there. I got the whip, and I went and I grabbed some Tito's vodka. I went in there and I was like, oh, check this out. There's a handle, big-ass handle. Oh, there's like these pretty nice, I'm not sure the ounces, but nice size bottles. I was like, I'll get him some personals. I grab them, ching, ching, ching. And I would reach back, oh, there's only 3. There's 4 of these fucking gimmicks. God damn it. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll just do the handle. I was like, nah, I'm running late on time. Like, I'll just go, fuck it. So I got 3 bottles instead of 4. Fuck me, right? So now I get to the event. I sneak the alcohol into the event because like they do the security check, and I'm not like really like a wrestler like on that level yet. So I'm like sneaking alcohol into this bitch, and you know me, I got it in. So then like I like hide that with my shit because I know wrestling court's coming, and I don't know when or how or why. I didn't get an email about it. It's just all
didn't give me an email about it.
me being me, period. Like, you know, more than anybody. Like, it's just me waiting, bro. I'm just eating cake in the fucking, because you know on SmackDown shit, they got the bomb-ass catering. So I'm in the catering fucking it up because I'm stressed. And people look at it like, this fool's eating all the catering. And I'm like, I know, I'm stressed. And then, like, all of a sudden, they're like, some, like, little, like, it's probably a ref or some little, like, narc came up and was like, yo, wrestling court, P27. I'm like, oh, all right, where's that? And he's like, that way. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm like, walk in. I remember
they had somebody come and whisper to you about the meeting.
Hey, bro, like, what is this? Like, am I about to go, like, what the fuck? I'm about to go, like, walking to my own death. And then so, like, I remember I, like, walk by, like, I see, like, Lita, and I'm like, hey, she kind of, like, looks at me like I'm already dead or something. I'm like, what the fuck? So I keep walking. And then all of a sudden, like, I get in there, and there's, like, this nice, like room, like, almost like there's about to be a small-ass little Jewish wedding, like, private-ass, high-class Jewish wedding type little, like, foyer motherfucker in there. And I, like, go in there and I, like, sit down with my bag. I sit down, and I, like, see Mark Henry up there, and I've, like, caught wind that, like, he's supposed to be, like, the guy to, like, facilitate this shit by now. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll really give him some attention. And then I think, like, one of the Dudley brothers came in there, and he, like, looked at me and was, like, kind of gave me, like, a G, like, what up? And I'm like, what up? And then it's kind of like, fuck, what the fuck's about to happen? And then more guys came in, and then it started, and then, like, there was just some more people coming in and out. Like, the room was breathing with wrestlers, like, at times, and, like, people were kind of getting their licks in on me. They just basically started bashing me. Like, Mark Henry said some shit like, when I first got here, I was a piece of shit just like you, but I had a way bigger contract than you. We're talking millions. And, like, I was like, well, where is this going, dog? Like, does this fool even know what happened? Like, what's like, what are we talking about right now? Are you talking? Is this about the tweet? Like, this is crazy. Like, he got crazy.
Are we just mad about some fake shit?
And then that one fool that always wore the, like, Hulkamania shit, what that fool's name? Beard. He's like, I don't know. That fool was like, he's like, God, I got it. I'm saying loud. You should quit. You should go back to Colorado. I'm gonna say some more loud. I'm out of here. So good. Kink. And then, like, I'm in there with the other 3 gimmicks now, and he left, and Mark Henry's kind of looking like, this motherfucker would leave. Like, God damn it. You know what I mean? And then I'm kind of like, what the fuck? And then so now, like, Bo is saying some shit. They're all saying some shit. And I'm, like, respecting him. He's kind of seeing, he's like, yeah, I play football, but don't be like that. Like, fuck. And I'm like, all right, well, like, hear me out. You don't know me yet. Like, I'm not like that. Like, I'm like a heel trying to be cool. Like, do you not understand what I was trying to do, though? Like, for real? I wasn't trying to, like, make y'all hate me, da 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 da. And then so like it got crazier. Then all of a sudden, here comes this fool back. I decided I needed to be here. Sat down. I'm like, whoa, Psych 101. This shit is crazy in here, dog. So then
acting like a child, like a child in a grown man's body.
Grown ass child, bro. Grown ass child. Fucking disgusto, bro. It was sad. It was like weird to see. It was like he was just having a hissy fit in front of me, crazy. I was just maintaining this like noble steed. I was just like horsing this. Every once in a while, I was like scratching my hoof on the floor and shit. It's just so hard to take, dog. I could like perform so much violence right now. It's crazy. And then like I'm just sitting there breathing. Finally, I'm getting fidgety, so I start clutching my bag a couple of times because I'm thinking like maybe I can just end it and offer the alcohol now. You know what I mean? Like, and when I grab the bag, it kind of all tightened up, like I'm about to pull out a bazooka out this bitch or something. So I fucking pull. I like use that. I'm like, yo, I was like, honestly, like I only brought my bag in here because like I've got y'all some lick, like for some like peace offering shit, like. But like I don't even know. Like I'm just gonna leave this here if you want it, have it, bro. But like I know y'all like hate me by all the shit you just said. Like it's crazy, bro. Like y'all are like have that, bro. I'm just gonna chill. Like we don't gotta talk, whatever. Like I'm sorry, but like I'm not because I didn't do shit. You won't hear.
Wait, so what was it that they were mad about?
The disrespect, the audacity that I used the word jobber to some like newfound vets that came up through the fucking crystal clear NXT pipeline. So
guys that had like that felt like that had been in the business for a while felt like you didn't have enough experience to bust on them or whatever.
Yeah, or just to use insider terms, like was like so audistic of me. And they probably laughing at themselves after this Corona shit. You know what I'm saying? They've been spending so much time alone and shit. They're probably like, damn. Hopefully, maybe not. I don't really care, bro. Those motherfuckers are weird ass motherfuckers hating on me about some tweets.
Yeah, it was wild. So like a bunch of people were angry about, you know.
Yo, you remember that one night we were at FSU? They just had like a glorious show. It was like Finn.
Yeah.
And the homie did like some bomb shit, some like super spin.
UCF. We were at UCF. Yeah.
Yeah, we were at UCF. And then after the show, Triple H is breaking us down on some like semi-glorious shit, you know, being raspy and being noble, saying some great things slowly, surely. And he's like, you know, a couple of awards I want to give out. And he's like, Bull Dempsey being the least successful stooge of the current order. And then I also wanted to point out Yeti, or, you know, Bronson, sorry, we're not supposed to call him Yeti, for winning the 2016 Tweet of the Year award. And I was like, I didn't even let it faze me. I was like, hell yeah. Like, I didn't say shit in a minute. I was like, hell yeah. Like, that was the first shit I said. So, like, I was like, right, like, back to the hall. Like, you know what I mean? I was dead ass. That was the first event where I was like showing up, like, and it was like no locker room for him, outside only. And I was like, damn, like, and I was probably for sure hungover as a bitch, like showing up to that shit, like, cause I knew I was fucked. So I was like having fun when I could have fun and then going to work. Like, and then so I was like, I remember I like walked up to like that one fool, he was like a ref. He was like, I don't know, it was one of the refs. I went up to him because we're like building the ring because we're like fucking ring slaves. I was like, the highest in all of WWE, this is a fact. Put this on my Wikipedia page. In all of fucking WWE history, I was the highest paid ring builder, bro. Like astronomically amount, because I'm the fucking best. I'm actually the best ring builder in the fucking world.
Yo, based on your salary, hands down, not even close.
My salary is undeniable, bro. Period, dog. Thank you, though, Vince. Thank you for that ring building salary. That shit was gratuitous as fuck. But
so is that what made you want to leave?
No, I mean, like, I'm resilient, bro. You know me, I'm a fucking goat, dog. Like, I'll go the distance. I'll digest the can that I just ate, which is the tweet I just made. So I was hanging out, bro. I was going for a minute. And then I feel like when I got that concussion, it was just like a sign. It was almost like a blessing in disguise. Like, I didn't really get that hurt by it. And like, in the sense that I was like crippled, it was like a little derailing moment, and it showed even more of true colors how hard they shelved me when I got hurt, and they didn't have to like worry about me no more, and how like red lighted I got. I was just like, damn, this is like a time for me to like either sit around and get decrepit out here and like wait it out for them to like vacuum me up on their own accord, some like miraculous way through time, or I can just like keep moving and like thrive again and like just create a new path. And I was like, fuck, I'm a leap with both feet. And then so I like dipped home, and like coincidentally my mom kind of got hurt. I was like, fuck it, I went home and I just started building an empire like on the low, and just like stayed and like hustled and finessed. And then I like started doing my own thing for a while. And then I was like rebirthed through the opportunity, like with Dog Pound. Like when I was in the WWE and I like made that path, I was able to make the connection through with Kirk and make that friendship. And then as time progressed and like the LA opportunity arose, he just came out and was like, yo, bro, like I want to talk to you. And like, he hit me up and we started talking about potential future options with the gym.
Yo, what is the dog? So what is the Dog Pound?
So the Dog Pound is like a premier training facility that was based out of New York, bro. And it's like we deal with like any and all type of clients, but like our culture and our style and our like gritty like sexiness has like created this like cool stigma in the fitness industry that we've like created our kind of our own like niche, and like it's separated us from a lot of people, and it's caused us to get a lot of like unique traffic, which has like led to a lot of like unbelievable quick events to happen, whether it be like the clients with bigger names coming in or us being able to travel and do cool events to like give back to the community in like a number of ways, even like through Corona and like prior to.
I see you guys always having a good time, bro. Every time I see videos, you guys are always getting after it, training, but you guys look like you're having a blast too while you're working hard.
Bro, it's a party. Every day's a party, bro. And like, it's in the best way. And like, it's more of like a family unit. And once you become part of the tribe, like you come in, it's like that gym experience that people that are like connoisseurs of the gym industry really want and need. And you don't ever got to force it. It's just going to like fall in your hands. And like from the moment you walk in to the moment you walk out, it's like a great time. You know what I'm saying? And it like never fails. And like, depending if you're like with me or with any of our other trainers that are there, like for the day, like you're always just going to have like kind of a mixed up vibe. And it's always going to be something that's like new and fun. And like, it just travels quick. And it's like one of those things that's like infectious. And then it's just been growing like exponentially because it's natural, bro. Like it's very like organic, non-forced, like genuine behavior, all while like pumping the newest, sexiest, premier, highest shit, all while getting like the most scientifically altered to your custom self and goals, like all in one. And you can just like lay back and like be in that luxury fitness mode. And it's like once we like kind of like develop that line and like set the bar, like we don't have a choice but to like stay there now too. So like coincidentally we got comfy finally. Now that we push the bar up, now we set that bar a little higher. Like Corona kind of obviously like kicked us in the face, but we were able to open our like basically our third gym, which is like virtual reality, and it's like virtual training. So it's DP, VT, Dog Pound virtual training. And so like now we're trying to like obviously like not.
Yeah, that seems like the move now is to kind of alter, like to kind of make a move over to the digital space. I see mad different training places that were like physical training places, gyms open. You know, they're doing Zoom meetings where they've got people coming in working out on Zoom or Google Hangout or whatever it is. A lot of yoga studios. I feel like yoga studios have been really after that.
If you were already into yoga big time, I think now this too is also a more comfortable one-on-one setting for yoga. Because I've actually myself taken a couple yoga FaceTime sessions this time, and like just so I could sit back and like experience a session. And like they were definitely like some of the best yoga sessions I had, because most of the yoga sessions I had gone to was either like a laptop I'm listening to and just following along, or it's like a session where like there's like, you know, 10 or less, maybe 15 or less people, but you're not really getting that one-on-one. Like for this one, this guy was doing it with me, and he's also like coaching me heavily and then absorbing how coachable I am through the FaceTime session, and then pressing down on the gas of coachability more so as he is like, that's a part of it too. It's like part of it is like how socially intelligent is your trainer? Like, can they, and even through the veil of the digital realm, like, can I see angles that I need to like perfect in your form right now? Can I like give you?
You got to really know you got to really know your shit.
You really got to know your shit, bro.
I feel like now more than ever, because you don't have that where you're that contact, that personal contact, you're close, you're able to touch and feel. So you've got to be able to see it. You got to have the eye for it to be able to see it through the television, through the TV, whatever. And then you also have to have the wherewithal to be able to communicate your words properly to get them to alter themselves.
Absolutely. You have to be able to like tailor your words to that individual's brain capacity as well. And that's not like to like challenge anyone's intelligence. It's just like being socially aware of what they can and can't handle, and like not wasting time and not having to always like show them in the moment. Like maybe I show you. And that's the beautiful thing about it too. Maybe I'm not trying to spit too much game on the subject, but you train with them, and eventually like they get so in tune with your voice. It is like so verbal. It's like super verbal. You know what I mean? That's the way you can at least keep it intimate during the session, so they don't feel like they're broken away and they're like way over here. You're just constantly on them with your words, but I don't want to be giving out all the golden eggs to anybody out there trying to.
So you're saying that they build up like, so they get used to hearing your voice when you do enough times with them. So then they also adapt to your style.
Yeah, like it's funny you're talking about yoga. It's very yoga-esque, where like once you like get into a flow with yoga and you actually keep it up and you're doing it like consistently through a week or like at least month, whatever, you start like picking up like a couple words, and then you get 2 words ahead because you remember now. So now you're already like getting yourself there. So you're already like mentally more in tune with your movement. Therefore, even if you're not aware of muscle-mind connection, you're already in tune with muscle-mind connection verbally. And the verbal cue is almost more of like a powerful connector than anything else. Like if I show you, sometimes people aren't visual learners, or they don't have a lever like you. So like me showing you isn't going to like allow your body to do it because our levers are different. But if I can say it, and then you're like, now your set of rules of your body are synced with my words, it like breaks that confusion of like movement to visual. It's like movement to voice. I think I've noticed, I've done a lot of sessions, bro. I think it's like to be very verbal.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of trainers could take from yoga practices in terms of how they conduct the yoga flow over the hour or 90 minutes. You have to figure out, basically you just take the yoga format, like that template of how they guide practice, and you just got to insert your shit.
Yeah, it's like a slow row in a canoe, like Pocahontas style.
Dude, that's a great analogy.
It is. Thank you.
That's a fucking great analogy. Because it's just nice and steady, you know. But like keeping movement, you got to keep the boat moving.
Oh God, and you don't want to get weird because you're gonna start getting a little wispy. You're gonna create a current. Pilgrims are gonna see your ass. It's not gonna be good. You gotta stay quiet, stay noble, stay the path. You know what I mean? But that dog pound, the water's fucking neon blue, and the paddle's a vibrator, and the fucking board is like a fucking light show. And you're like, and you feel like you're taking pre-workout, and there's a fucking Yeti dancing on lily pads and shit in the distance, and you're like, holy shit, like I'm motivated to work out. How the fuck could I not be? But that's dog pound, you know? Right.
Dude, you guys are always doing sick promos in there.
Fuck yeah. I got some sick shit dropping this week, bro. I get like a couple brainstorm good ideas earlier in the week, and then I'll just chug them out.
Yo, I've been loving the art you've been putting out.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, man. Over break, I just got like super lonely, super in tune with myself, and then I just got super in tune with some other things. You feel me? And I just started like flowing, bro. Like I started microdosing a little bit, and like
psilocybin,
bro. Yeah. Like I didn't, I was doing like the hood microdose. Like, yeah, I'm a microdose, and they're like, pleek, and you're like micro. And like, that's how 99% of the people are microdosing, bro. Like,
right? No measurement.
There's no measurement. They're like, some people are like for people that don't know, people are like grinding the shits in the grinder, maybe buy a grinder just for your shrooms, and then they like measure it out. I don't do that, but people do that, and that's good. It's not a bad thing, but like people do that so they can be very specific to.
I like being exact.
Yeah, I like that too. Like,
yeah.
But there's other people that are microdosing. They just like, get 2 parcels from somebody's Ziploc bag and they break that up and just pop shit and see what happens. And like, that's their form of microdosing. That's cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was doing that type of microdosing though. I was hitting the tink.
Just intuitively feeling it out.
Yeah. And then so like some nights I'd be like, oh, nice. And some nights I'd be like, oh, nice. And then all of a sudden I was just like, very artistically infused, like female that I have in my life right now. My girlfriend, she's got me like on one too, and I like all that shit blend together with the isolation of Corona.
Yo, so the psilocybin, bro, it makes you more in tune with your emotions. It makes you more in tune with the people around you. You can like you're more empathetic.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
It like open, and then it like even opens up like your receptors after the days after that you use it.
Like one analogy I've heard that's really nice too, like with shrooms, is like if you, depending on like the gradient of which you take them, regardless, like the days later, there's like not the hangover effect. There's not like all these like negative side effects that could be frustrating within your head of how you feel, sensibility. And like you obviously, it's almost like here's the analogy is that if you're skiing down a mountain all day, you see all the ruts, you're snowboarding down a mountain, you see all the man-made ruts, and those are like your normal your normal synapse pathways that are like very vigorous and regular and like over years perhaps. Maybe you haven't even tried like anything yet. And then now the day after, it's like fresh powder snow. Like it's time to like recalibrate and like reconnect synapses. So they might be the same synapses for the same physiological or mental reasoning, but like now it's maybe more direct. It's more like proper and clean and cut, not so like ruddy and dug deep.
Yeah, it's like when fresh snow comes down over those ruts, right, and fills them all up, and there's nothing. You blaze your own path the next day.
Period. I like that. I feel that's how it feels.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's almost like a reset.
So yeah, it definitely is like a reset, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of them, man. I feel like they've done a lot of good for me in the regards of it's allowed me to put a different lens through how I perceive the world and like how I perceive myself, more importantly. And
beautiful, bro.
It allows me to kind of look inward and analyze myself and question myself, and it dissolves like my ego, right? It like forces me to ask myself like some hard questions, and it allows you to kind of get in touch with yourself in a way that you might not have been able to without them.
No, I agree with that. And I think that's like what people like first trying it will like come to realize eventually on their own, but like especially if someone's explaining that to them, and then when they're in the moment they like might have that slight ideology of what you just said, it really clicks with you and you're like, wow, like there's just a way to kind of like take the edge off, like they say with like beer or smoking, but like it's in a more of like a people could almost like get it confused and say spiritual. Some people might argue and say it is spiritual, but it's like definitely the more like of get in touch with your soul type of way.
I definitely think that there's a spiritual aspect to them. I think any psychoactive drug is helping you, because think about it, throughout history, throughout time, there's always been like shamans, right? And like witch doctors, different people in like different tribes throughout society that have had the role where they've used psychedelic, whether it was like mushrooms or plants, whatever, right? And they were all super spiritual. They were usually like the religious head of whatever village, tribe, city that they were in. And I think that there's like a direct correlation between them.
No, I think so too, bro. And I think like there's a way, like depending on where you're at in your life when you're taking them, you can like use them to like harness more power if you're already on a healthy power positive movement forward, and you're like introducing that, like that'll help amplify that. If you're also in the contrary, like in a very demise spot, but you like have a glimmer of hope, it might enhance that hope. Maybe if you don't have any hope, it might enhance the fear. So like there's that little stigma that people have, like, oh, I don't want to have a bad trip. Like really, it's just like if you're in a bad mindset and you're not stable, there's no reason you should have your hands on that. But if like you're like trying to like think of this as a positive, you're already on the right path anyway. If you introduce something like that, it's going to enhance that positive.
I agree with that for sure, but I think it's important to have those bad trips, right, per se, because it's like particularly psilocybin is a guide. It's a guide through your subconscious. And if you're having a negative experience or you're having like these negative feelings coming up and being amplified, that's because like they're underneath the surface somewhere and you're not dealing with them. And they've guided you to some of the issues that you have in your life that you are ignoring. And it is perceived as bad, but if you really look at it for what it is, because it's like one of those things where you see somebody commit a crime type thing, or you see someone do something bad, and instead of like either standing up and doing something for it, you turn away, look the other way, and act like you didn't see it. That's how that bad experience can be. You could have a bad trip, see something about yourself that you've been ignoring and freak you out. And then when you come back, right, it's just like, you act like you never saw it and you don't ever address it.
Yeah,
but if you do address it and act like you actually saw it, you're going to come out that said negative experience better than you were going into it.
Right. Hell yeah. 1,000%.
It's a guide, bro.
It's a guide, bro. And once you get into with that and you're in that ideology of like, this is like an amplifier, this is like something that I can use to amplify myself in the right direction. That's when it's like medicine. Otherwise, it's this like unknown placebo. I'm going to like think it's whatever a wild emotion I have. I think I'm going to latch that to this like scary thing. Like it's not that. But quick commercial break. I'm going to take a piss on me.
Okay. It was cool though. I do psilocybin. Now I do not advise I don't advise just anybody to start taking mushrooms, right? Not necessarily for everybody, but I think if you do you do your homework, you know your body and you know what you're doing, or at least find someone that knows what they're doing, you can use these to help you. Like I said, it's mushrooms are medicine. They're a guide. They're going to help navigate your psyche. They're going to help you in ways that, creatively, imagination wise, introspective work. They're going to do things for you that you couldn't do. It's like when you go to the optometrist. And it's like, for those of you who don't have glasses or have to wear contacts, when you go into the optometrist, they'll go, what's more clear? And you're looking at all the letters, lens 1 or lens 2. And there's barely any difference between the two. And he goes, lens 1 or lens 2. Then he throws in lens 3. He goes, lens 2 or lens 3. And there's barely any difference. And honestly, I'm just more confused after all these like lens changes. Right. Like, I'm like, bro, they're all the same. You're fucking with me. I swear to God, you're fucking with me.
No, maybe it was 2. Like, fuck. That's 2 again? That shit. Yeah, that's how I get 2.
But that's what the psilocybin does for you, is it puts a different lens over you and you now can see the world just a little bit. The world's still the world, but you see and notice little things about it that you never noticed before. And they're there because when you don't have that lens anymore, you're still able to perceive those things because now it guided you to those things. So those things maybe you didn't pay attention to, those things that you were unaware of, now you are aware of, and you can carry that with you.
Because you were neglecting them maybe because like you like wanted to without even knowing you wanted to. Now you're like, damn, like this is crazy. Like I'm unfolding myself a little bit.
Yeah, well, think about it, dude. We all go through so much trauma as youngsters. All of us, all humans, we all go through shit, dude. Whether it's from our parents or our relatives or some sort of circumstance. I feel like every human growing up goes through some shit. And we get attacked, whether it's emotionally or mentally, sometimes physically. And we develop these defense mechanisms when we're younger to deal with things. And sometimes it's burying stuff in your subconscious.
And they're developed at a time of adolescence. So like, you can't really think too logical or too maturely when you're like raging as a child. Like, and that's like instilled in you deeply at that moment.
Well, and some people, and not, I take that back, not some people, there's a lot of people that even just because they're adults aren't emotionally intelligent. They don't really have a handle of their own emotions. So they're not able to pass along a proper emotional education to their children because they don't even have their emotions in check. And to be honest, we don't teach how to handle our emotions very well.
Yeah, we don't.
You know, like we teach you how to read and write and test and SAT and be productive and go and do this and get a job and be a productive member of society. But we don't teach people coming up how to like deal with their emotions, how to deal with like anger or fear or sadness or disappointment. Right. You know, like as men, especially as men, you're only really allowed to be angry or happy or lustful. Those are the only emotions that you're allowed to have. All the other shit makes you soft.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's like, no, it doesn't make me soft. It makes me a human being.
Yeah, it makes you a human being, bro.
Right. And it's just like, what's making me soft is my inability to deal with my sadness. You know, my inability to deal with being let down by my parents or being let down by a relative or, a friend early on and not knowing how to deal with that emotion and then letting it turn into this piss poor behavioral pattern that like some of us humans have and not ever dealing with it. That is what makes you soft.
Yeah, that's real, bro. That's what makes you enabled to like grow as well. Like it'll always hold you back.
Always hold you back, bro. Your emotions as a man, as a woman too, but just speaking for men on this side of the spectrum, right? When you learn how to deal with your emotions as a man, you become powerful.
Fuck yeah.
You become a force in your community when you learn how to properly handle your emotions as a man. And you don't become a man until you learn how to deal with your emotions.
That's real, bro.
Because you could be grown as hell. You could be big as hell. You could have all these physical attributes, right? And if you don't know how to deal with your emotions, you're not a man yet. A true man knows how to handle and deal their emotions. And that's not to say that their emotions can't get better than the better of them at times. That's not to say that you always have your shit together 24/7 because you're a human and you never do. But until you learn how to check, regulate, control your emotions, you are not a man. And anyone that says otherwise, they don't know shit and they're lying.
No, they don't know shit, bro. Because or they're just they don't know shit yet, literally, because they haven't experienced something to take them to that level yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can experience and like figure all this out through like any path, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter. It could be earlier on in your life. Some people are more onto this when they're young because they go through more trauma early on. So they have to like heavily deal with it early on. And then some people, they don't really figure it out till they're older because they're either privileged or they're not put in an ecosystem that's like testing them like this.
Dude, honestly, I feel like I was fortunate at the time. I didn't feel fortunate coming up in like in the low socioeconomic bracket, coming from a kind of dysfunctional kind of situation. I felt at the time like it was like, why me? And it was like very, I had self-pity when I was younger. right? I felt bad. Like I was angry about the situation that I was in. And I was like, why me? Why do I have to go through this? And as I matured and learned and went through life, realized that was one of the greatest blessings that I could have ever went through, because it forced me to go through so much adversity. I got so many life lessons early on. I got tested, you know what I mean? I got put in the fire very early. And so I got molded and folded and molded and folded over until I was that sharp, you know what I mean? That sharp Japanese steel.
Yeah, straight up. Fuck yeah.
And so like that hardship, you know what I mean? That hardship really was like a blessing. And and for whatever reason, everybody is at different state. I feel like everyone comes into this life with a different amount of life from past life experiences. And for like whatever reason, some of us are here on this plane of existence with more life experiences. They've lived more past lives.
Period, bro. That's real. And that's that same like ideology, like when you're having a kid when you're younger versus when you're older. It's also when you're having kids, how many lives ahead are you, bro? Like, what can you produce? Because there's probably a spiritual genealogy too, bro, that we can't really like latch onto scientifically yet. There's probably some type of spiritual code.
Yeah.
Like, we're not there yet. Maybe it's involved with
I think it's our job. So I think it's your job to help each other, because some of us are further along emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So like that's the thing about humans, right? We're like a giant, we're kind of like a hive, bro.
Yeah.
If you really look at it through like if you take a step back from yourself and from like current society and look at humans from the beginning of humans to the end of humans, like we're all like this one organism essentially. And we're in this together.
Right, we are, bro.
We're in this thing together. So if we can help and pass along, like some that are lagging behind, like emotionally or spiritually, those of us that have more emotional, spiritual knowledge can kind of help bring them up, and people that have more physical knowledge or mental knowledge that more innately can help bring those who are lacking there. And it's like all, rising tide lifts all boats in the harbor.
Fuck yeah, bro. That's beautiful. That's real shit. Basically, I've seen that, and you've seen that multiple times from multiple companies or organizations, like through these like extraordinary professional brackets. And like they've all been in a different theme, like whether it be like football on the high school level, college level, pro level, WWE, entertainment. And now like this new endeavor, like we're all, no matter who you are, you're virtual in some way. So now we're like attacking this virtual plane. There's going to be politics. There's going to be weird shit on here too, digitally somehow eventually. And then also like just for you and me, how we've now grown from our past, what we've been doing just recently to our new positioning. Like we're always like finding these new behavior schemes to address, to like perfect our new immediate nucleus. But like you said, wrap it back to the hive aspect, like in all of those ecosystems, it is all hive behavior, bro. It's all hive behavior. Always.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I feel like, so this is another thing though, coming to that is I feel I need to pass along what I've learned. I need to pass along my experiences and help all the people that I can like help while I'm here. You know what I mean? And try and bring as many people up as I can in the process.
Right.
Like that's what I feel like. That's my purpose. That's what I got to do. That's like that's the real reason why I'm here on this planet.
Yeah. I think that's because you're getting to a level now that I see and I can relate with, where like we've won championships, we've won like a lot of instances where we get a new career that catapults us. Like we've won those opportunities, so those are like very similar to like a championship feeling. Like we've won battles,
success,
and then we've had success. And now like what's next? Like we all know like there's a bigger check and there's like a bigger endeavor, and like those will come because time will just bring them to us, and we start to figure that out. But like we like crave and thrive for like our legacy, bro. So like what you just said, like you want to give back and give on and like give your shit. That'll be your legacy. Like if you have a kid, that'll be like, for me, my children, like they're like my backup files that are just like spread their wings with me, and they're just like, that's my legacy. You feel me? Yeah. And I feel the same way, bro. Like my way, especially just because I was forced to experience it through nature happening, like having kids. Like I'm not sitting here about saying I want to be irresponsible and have all these kids, but like lately the way I've been thinking, I'm like, damn, like before I'm like 40, I'm definitely trying to have like another kid, probably. You know,
trying to spread, bro. You're trying to spread. There is something. I swear, I don't know what it's been. The past past 2 years, I've been like feeling like I thought I did want to have kids at one point, and then like the last 2 years, I've been having like this urge to just like, I just want to have mad kids. I just want to have like an army of little ones.
Yeah, I want
boys, girls. I don't give a damn. I just want a squad of Mathas running around.
Bro, like that's amazing. Cause that would be like, even as like non-PC as that is in today's times, like that shit is gangster, bro. Like that's a big ass family now. Like they can choose who wants to rock with each other at Thanksgiving, I guess. But like, bro, that's a family, dog.
Yeah, I just want to have a big ass squad, bro. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't know. For some reason, I've always thought big families were cool, bro. I always thought big family, people that had mad uncles and cousins and shit.
We had small families, bro. So like when we got around our homies that had big families, you're like, I'm entertaining the whole bunch. All the food. Let's go, bro. And they accepted you, bro, because they already had a big family.
I dated a girl that had 27 cousins.
God damn.
Right. And she had like, I think it was 10. She had 10 uncles and aunts.
That's bad.
They all spread out, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I'm trying to have like 10 kids, bro.
Yeah, that's 10 kids. That used to be done frequently, bro, back in the days. 10 kids was like the average. Like if you were really trying to put on for your family, you'd be having like, 13. Like,
well, you had to have workers for the farm.
Yeah, bro, that's the thing. You were like creating a business through your own genes. How genius. Yeah. What a pun that is.
How genius.
That's a pun that was legend. I didn't even think of that one. Damn, bro. Fuck.
Crazy,
man. Yeah, I don't know. Kid talk is madness, and like people can like think how they think about it, but until you're woke too, bro. Like I feel like that's one thing. Like you just described it, and my take on it is like legacy is important, bro. And like you might not need it right away, or you might not really think about it because you think you're immortal when you're young, and you're like, I'm gonna live forever. Then you start kind of noticing like, damn, people be dying, and like I want someone to like. Not to be remembered, but like just to like, that's like what we do, bro. That's what humans do, dog. Like,
well, some of it too is like, it's your duty to give back, because I don't care who you are, how talented you are, how self-made you are. No one ever made it to a place of success without helps of others. And I just know along my path, I had the Creator put a lot of beautiful people in front of me to help guide me, redirect me, kick me in the ass, to get me on the right track, to help me see things that I couldn't see on my own. Like everybody that's come into my life has touched me and altered me in a way that I wouldn't be the man that I am if it wasn't for them. And they didn't have to do that, right? But they did. And it's now my job to pass that along, to be that for somebody else.
Right.
To however many people that I can, if I can.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. You got the power to do that shit. You got a full ass tank, so like let that shit rip, bro.
Yeah. That's honestly, dude, that's what I've been feeling since after the accident.
Yeah, because you got like second chance is like what you could really call it, you know what I mean? Like you basically like faced a situation where you could have been really fucked up. Like the moment you said, when I read what you text me, bro, obviously, and then you described it to me kind of briefly, but like semi-descriptively what happened. And like within the first or maybe the second sentence, you said like, I got ejected out of the car. Like, talk about my heart dropped. I was like, holy fuck. Like, what else am I about to read right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm good though. I'm like, what the fuck? Every person I've ever heard about getting ejected out of the car is either dead or fucked.
Right.
Like, period.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Dude, imagine like let's just shed light on it right now because it's making me uncomfortable. Like, imagine like seeing that shit, dog. Imagine someone's walking and seeing your big ass. I'd be like, oh my god, because like
I had to have been like a missile through the air.
You only know if you know. Like, I'm a big motherfucker. Dan's a big motherfucker, bro. Like, if this fool's soaring through the air out of the car and I see that, I'm gonna shit my pants. Like, I'll never shit my pants. But
dude, there was witnesses.
Huh?
There were witnesses there. I don't know if they saw that exact accident, but there was a witness. So like somebody did see it.
If someone saw you get ejected out of the spaceship, I'm fucking sorry for them. They're scarred. They think about that every night before they go to bed.
Bro, I tucked and rolled.
You rolled. They got to the WWE. You just went. You just like did. You probably did some shit. You just.
Bro, I rolled. Like my elbow was jacked up. My elbow was jacked up, but like I could tell that when I flew out the window that I tried tucking on my left arm, and my left arm jammed a little bit because my shoulder was all jacked up, and the back of my head hit, and then I drug across the concrete. But I rolled initially. I think that saved me quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, because like you got uncoordinated people just being a duck, stiff as a board.
They would have just stuck the landing head first, bro, like a lawn dart.
And died.
Dead. Or worse, bro. That honestly, that was the biggest thing. Once I like came to on the ground and there's like, so like I come through and there's like 3 people standing over top of me, bro. There's wrecked freaking debris everywhere behind me, and there's an ambulance rolling up, and there's people like, oh my god, and like I'm just like, what the fuck, just where am I, what, like just like so confused, bro. I'm like, what the fuck, where am I, who are these people? I get up and like this lady like is pleading with me not to get up. She like grabs me by the face and is like looking me in the eyes. She's like, I'm such and such. I forget what she said her name was. She was like, I'm a nurse practitioner. Like, you just were in a car accident. You have to stay immobile until like the paramedics get here. And like me recognizing that like something was wrong and like just out of instinct, knowing that she's right. If I was in an accident, even though I could move, there could have been like a fracture and that I do need to stay immobile. So I like laid back down. And then the next thing I remember, I'm getting put on a stretcher into the ambulance.
Damn. When you lay back down, you're just like, fuck.
Well, I don't remember. I remember. So that was like the first memory I had, because I'm driving down the road before the accident, approaching this intersection, and I'm looking at it, waiting for a stoplight, don't see a stoplight. I'm like, that's weird. Looking for a street or a stop sign, don't see a stop sign. I'm like, that's weird. Let up off the brake, coast through the intersection. Next thing you know, that's the next memory I have, is waking up on the concrete with those people all over me. Like, there's no other memory. I don't have a memory of like, oh shit, last second, like collision. Like, it's like, this is a weird intersection to where, what am I doing? What is happening?
That's crazy, bro.
And I don't have, like, I still don't have, it's been 4 months to the day, and I still don't have any memory of it.
Madness, bro.
So that was kind of groggy. That was my first memory. And then I like blacked out. And then the next memory was being on the stretcher, getting like lifted up into the ambulance. And then when I was, completely strapped down, completely. And then that's where I got all my wits back to me, because now my adrenaline is like through the roof and I'm like awake. So then I'm like hyper aware of everything. Like my senses, bro, I felt like Daredevil, dude, where like I couldn't see because I was strapped. So I couldn't really see around me. I could only see a little bit out the periffs, but like everything, my hearing was like phenomenal. I could like hear anything and everything that was happening within like a certain distance.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I hit the horse. I could hear everything in the distance. I could hear like animals approaching. I was like, full animal mode.
Bro, I was like that horse flying through the air, dog.
Imagine if that shit would have happened at the same instant.
But the accident made me feel like after I had already kind of been drawn spiritually the past 2 years, I would say, towards something greater than myself. And that accident kind of it kind of expedited all that, or took that to the next level, because I just feel
it like rushed you to like find like a
I feel connected in a like, and it's just like I almost have this different sense of it, like the world now. Like that was going to be like in the timeline of my life, that's a major flag that like diverged the timeline. And now like I see things like differently because of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel more tapped in with certain things.
It was just tragic. And you're like, you realize like, fuck, I got to like latch into something deeper. And like, you found a way to do that right away.
Well, it's like, dude, I was on the top. I'm on top of the world. I work for the WWE. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm in a great situation, living somewhere. Like I'm happy where I'm living. I'm starting all this new, like I was in the process of starting this podcast and this business that I'm starting a media company, doing all these things. Right. And just like feeling the best, happiest I've ever been, most fulfilled that I've ever been. And then all of a sudden like that, everything could have been taken away from me.
Yeah.
Cause like it could have been worse than death, dude. I could have been paralyzed from the waist, from the neck down.
That'd have been fucking nuts, bro.
And instead I walked away with a bump on my head and, gnarly concussion and some road burn.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on, I need to make more. I got to do. Like I already was in this mindset of trying to make the most of who I am in my life and my impact on those around me. But I gotta, whatever I was focusing on before, I need to discard some of that shit. And I need to like really crank the shifter down on this.
Yeah. And like get to where you want to be now. Cause like, that's how I feel too, bro. Sometimes like it's even to the point where like, obviously kind of like when I disbanded the WWE, it was kind of like, as it was happening, I just supercharged back to Colorado, just with both feet, basically knowing like it was over and I had to just like be reborn kind of. And that shit was like terrifying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is, right? Like going from big success, kind of at the highest point of your life up into said point, and then almost hitting a valley into the darkness.
Huge valley. You're like, what the fuck?
And almost having to question who you are and like what you really want from your life.
Right. And then like, yeah, exactly. And you might find some other like comforts or something that can like derail and like alter your decision. And then you also are like looking at now more than ever because you're older and you're trying to like do things with your money properly. So you're thinking financially like very precisely through like precision lens, depending on where you're at. And then so you start doing the math equations. And you're like, fuck, like where should I go? Where should I be? But like the best thing you do is like just keep fucking pressing forward every day because that shit's coming. Like it's gonna unfold within you. And like depending on how much energy you put out throughout the day, that should return either within the week or the night, depending on how tapped into like what frequencies you can like pick up on and put on with others. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, even just like through this like whole Corona thing, like you were saying earlier, the people that fuck with you like are probably been in your ears through Corona somehow or some way, and like more and more so like now that Corona's like obviously still going. A lot of people like to say it's like when Corona happened or when it back then, but still the same shit. It's just like this new chapter within it, right?
Yeah.
But like where we're at right now, like depending on who you are or like who you came with, it's just like more prominent than ever that like your future probably lies somehow within them too. You feel me? Like there's something there's going to be more emergence. Like you're always like, even like for you, for sure. I have this one friend. I don't know if you met him, Paul Browning. I played college football with him. He's a receiver. He came out and visited me a couple of times when I was staying in the Tony Stark Tower out there.
Oh, okay.
And then like he moved out there to play arena football, and then he got he injured his ankle or something.
Yeah, I remember.
We both came out to Colorado, for a long time. Now, then I came out here. In the last 4 weeks, he's been out here, or in the last 6 weeks, he's been out here like 2 times. And he has like a tryout with some arena team out here now.
Oh,
and I'm
damn.
like, what the fuck? What are the odds, bro?
Just keeps following you. You guys end up in the same spot.
Same spot, bro.
Universe just is taking you there.
So crazy, right?
Yeah, dude, I think since we're on the topic of peaks and valleys in life, right? And just the ebbs and flows of life, you know what I mean? Like no matter how high you are and how long you're high, you got to know that there is going to be a crash. There's going to be a low. And like that pattern is going to be cyclical throughout your entire life. And you've got, you've had your valleys, right? We're talking about said valley with you right after the WWE, but then like going through that time, pushing yourself forward, putting in the work every single day, regardless of like outcome and like self-progression. And eventually an opportunity came and you were ready to take advantage of it. But like you stayed cool during that time, right? Like as much as you were pressing to like make the next big move, you were also sitting back with like a newfound sense of knowledge that you had garnered from your previous experiences. So you were like able to weather the storm, the emotional storm that comes with those lows. You were able to like deal with those, right? And keep a clear mind and make the right decision when the right decision came.
Yeah, period.
Which is, I think is just, that's very vital to go back to talking about like controlling your emotions. Right. That's a big key because you're going to hit these lows and you're going to want to, self-destruct.
You're going to go crazy and grab people and tear them down with you, or you're going to like eat the fuck out of it and just like be humble with it. Like, it's not even really being humble, but that's like the closest word you can describe to like hold on to it humbly. Like, just hold on, you know what I mean?
Dude, it is humble. Life is humbling. Everybody gets humbled by life. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big of a swinging dick you are. Everybody gets humbled by life.
Straight up.
And you just got to learn how to roll with the punches. And that's what everyone's going through right now with COVID.
Right.
Like we're all going through it right now. And this is shit testing everybody, and everyone's little weaknesses that they've either ignored or neglected or just whatever, they kind of push them off. They're all being exposed right now. And some people are folding. Some people are folding up under the pressure, and other people, they're rising to the occasion. They're plugging the leaks. Now they're building up stronger than ever. And when this time period's over, when this little valley is no valley no more, and we come out of this thing and the fog clears and the light comes beaming down and the sun's out, the birds are chirping and life's good, dog. The people that persevered, the people that put in the work and plug those holes and fix themselves up, they're going to come out of this quarantine better than ever. They're going to come out the winners.
Straight up, bro. And it's because like you've probably had some type of previous super hustle that was during a super struggle. And now like this super struggle is brand new, but like you're like, all right, all I have to do is that one equation I had in whatever current situation I'm allowed or have, or revert to what I know, and that's just to like not lose. And like that shit gets scary at times, but like you just gotta keep your mind on that goal, bro. Daily. But I feel like sometimes it gets frustrating too, because like especially once you like met so many connections, you have locations, you know, like obviously like I'm in LA, you're like all the way across the map right now, dog. Like how crazy, you know what I mean? Like, but everything, time and space is like really nothing. Like you can always close the gap, but it's just like right now it's like just a time to fucking learn something new from a distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna be making, so I don't know when, because this is one of those time periods where it's let's build the resources, let's put in the work. We might not get paid out from it right away, but like there's going to be an opportunity out of this chaos that's going to show itself, and I'm going to need to be ready to pounce. Right. And that's kind of what this is for me right now. And I know at some point I'm going to end out in LA. I'm going to be out where you are.
Yeah.
It's in the cards. It's destiny.
Right.
Probably sooner rather than later.
Yeah, straight up, bro. Yeah, because then once you get on one too, and you're like in the right zone, like this is like kind of a magical land, bro. Like you feel it at the beginning because it's kind of like just a nice new feel, but then eventually you start kind of feeling there is some like real magic that like depending on who you talk to, you catch those rhythms that like people are tapped in with you now, and then it's just like you start bouncing this energy back and forth, and then like the money just kind of starts dancing within the party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like,
I do know what you're saying.
It's kind of crazy.
A lot of opportunities out there.
Yeah.
And I know they say you can like create, you know, in this new world, 2020, we can make connections and make money anywhere, which is true, you can, but there's just something about being in a city like LA, because like anybody's out there.
Right. That's some real shit, bro.
Or will be out there.
And some people come out here and come up so quick, or some people are out here for a while thinking they came up already, and they kind of fall off a little bit, and then all of a sudden they actually finally come up for real, and everyone's like, holy shit, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many storylines, there's so many like different scenarios where people like stumble into their success beautifully, almost seemingly unintentional, but really all like just part of the plan, whichever plan that is, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we've been doing anyway. Sometimes, like, after the fact, it seems like it made more sense than it did, but, like, it didn't make no sense. Us, like, going WWE mode right away, like, didn't make no sense. Like, me just going back to Colorado, like, none of that shit was making sense, you feel me? But now we're here, and now we're talking about it on a fucking podcast. Wild shit. Now we're just taking digital virtual diaries before we fuck shit up. Like, let's go.
It's like the plot, you know what I mean? It's like a plot to an action movie where the villain's given his plan.
Yeah, this is like some Dr. Evil shit. I love it.
Yeah, dude, the podcast I've been having a blast doing this thing.
Fuck yeah. I can tell. There's no reason you shouldn't be. Like, you're in your zone. You got your people, all your people are like people that can like aid in this and like help you with it, and all while like knowing it's yours, and like you can just start like basically like doing all that shit you've been like planning for when you're in WWE. Like, you have like such a character and such a like whole body of like charisma to bring to the table, but like I know more than anybody, you included, like, you can be capped within a certain society depending on like other people's endeavors, as well as other political schemes that might not even involve you, but like for whatever reason that you're latched within that system. And now that shit's gone out the door, and you don't got no fucking no brakes on you. There's no fucking governor in the engine no more. Like now it's like, let's fucking go, bro.
Yeah, I'm the captain of the ship, and I've set sail, and this is mine. This is my gig, right? And what I do from here on out it's all on me.
Yeah. And like that's gonna hold you even more accountable than you already were. And you were accountable as fuck in a circus. So it's like, fuck, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
I know you know. I know what you mean.
I know what you mean, bro. Yeah, it's
crazy.
I mean, it's like one of those challenges in life where it's like, it's good to have. It brings problems, but it's like they're problems that let you know that you're alive and you're living. Oh, look at those, bro. Organic. Oh, I'll know right away when you crack that open and I can see that yolk, because you can tell by the yolk that I bet you that yolk is golden. For those of you who are just listening to the podcast, right? Josh is he's cooking up some eggs right now, and he's pulling out these bomb ass eggs. Oh, just cracked one onto the skillet through the screen. Through the screen, they look golden. They look golden.
Oh my God.
Very nutrient dense egg right there.
You can really just see the tone of the gold. Oh, sorry. That was a little sensual.
One hand crack. See, this is that big man shit, bro. Can't even wait. Can't even wait to get another meal in.
That big man shit, bro. This actually isn't even like for me. This is just so that the podcast can be better for the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really being selfless right now. This isn't. Some people confuse it with being selfish. It's really selfless.
Dude, right now I got this. I'm making this YouTube video for a chili recipe, and I filmed all of it earlier. But now I put it in the slow cooker, and I had it cooking for about 14 hours. There's about an hour and a half left on it, and when we get up off the airwaves, I'm about to tear into one of those. I'm gonna tear into a bowl of that chili.
Bro, I love that. I love chili. Chili's such a good staple. Like, it's always going to come through for you, and, like, it's fucking nice on the coin pouch, and that shit is gas.
Dude, so that was something that I said in the video. I was telling these, whoever ends up watching this video, listen, youngsters out there, athletes, bodybuilders, that are on a diet but trying to be jacked, trying to get a lot of calories in, trying to eat good foods for you, right? Nutrient-dense foods. Chili. I made a batch of chili that's going to probably last me anywhere from like 5 to 7 days. And so let's just say 6. Let's split the difference. Let's say 6.
Yeah.
For under $50, I'm getting 6 meals of some bomb ass nutrient dense food, right? You're getting the ground buffalo. You're getting all the nutrients from that. You're getting all that protein from that. I've got 3 different types of beans: garbanzo beans, black beans, kidney beans. You know what I mean? We're getting protein.
Lentils on deck.
Lentils. We're getting the carbohydrates from them. We're getting the proteins from them. We're getting folate from them. Then also beans are great for your gut microbiome. So now you're getting digestive aid. So all that super heavy, dense nutrients that are in your system, they're being uptaked into your system even more efficiently.
Yeah.
Then you got that.
Digestive health is half the battle.
Bro, it's when it comes to training, when everyone talks about nutrition, they fuck up by talking about their food at first. And it's like, yo, you need to get your digestion in track before you even start worrying about your food.
Period.
Like, your macros don't mean shit if you're not digesting and uptaking nutrients properly. It starts at the gut.
Papaya.
It is, dude. Papaya is good for your gut biome.
Yeah.
Any type of fermented foods are really good for your microbiome.
Fuck yeah.
Sauerkraut, cabbage.
Cabbage.
Pickles, pickled anything that's pickled, anything with like vinegar in it, apple cider vinegar, great for the gut.
Great for the gut, bro.
Pineapple's good, helps you digest proteins.
Oh yeah. Grapefruit.
Yeah. Dude, I've been craving grapefruits lately. I've been fucking some grapefruits up.
Bro, I love grapefruit, bro. I fucking love grapefruit.
I like sour. You like sour shit?
I like sour shit, bro.
Me too. I used to love, remember Warhammers?
Ooh.
Or Sourheads, right? The Sourhead Warhammers?
Warheads.
Yeah.
Warhammer.
Whatever the hell those things are.
Yeah.
Warheads.
Lemon head times warhead.
I'd always get the lemon one, and it would just be so sour, dude. So sour.
I'd fuck a couple of them up, and it'd be like so fucked up. Then I would like, because I get them on Halloween in abundance. I felt like
they'd burn your tongue.
I would get some of them. I'd open like 4 of them because, bro, in Halloween, bro, I would get on my bike. I would be hitting blocks. I would have 2 pillowcases tied around my neck, and I'd be just fucking killing it, dog. Like, killing it.
Dude, I loved Halloween because it was just a hustle who could get to the most houses.
That's exactly what it was. It was a hustle. How much candy can I get? How fat can I get till Christmas? Like right now, let's go. Like I would get all the warheads after I like OD'd on how sour they were. I would like take them all out. Boom, 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 boom. I'd put them in a bowl like a true fat kid, and I'd put water in the bowl, and I'd like sift it, and I'd let it sit, and I'd sift it again, let it sit, and then I'd rinse it, and then I'd like put more water in there, and then I'd like put it on like leave it in the bowl in the water, and then I'd be eating all the shits with no sour shit on it. I'd be like, ooh, so good, I'm so fat. And I'd crack a Surge. Remember the Surge?
Yo, Surges, bro. Surges.
Surge were fire, bro.
I used to love Surge.
Me too. It was like fucking, I love Surge. Surge was like Mountain
It was
Dew.
crack for kids, dude.
It was crack. It was crack.
It was crack for kids.
It was literally crack. It was like crack, bro. It was like fucking Mountain Dew's drunk uncle.
It was.
Straight up, bro.
I think they had to ban it, right? Because it did some funky ass. People were like mutating and shit from drinking it.
Bro, yeah, they took it off the shelves for something, bro. I don't know. It's some bullshit.
It had dude, the graphic design I thought was super dope on the can, like the Surge logo.
All like graffiti Surge.
Yeah, and it was like bright red, surrounded by all this like neon green.
Yeah, hard.
I used to, when I drank pop back in the day, so it was like obviously Surge, right? But then like Surge went away, and I was a Mountain Dew guy.
Yeah, I was too. I didn't fuck with any dark sodas ever. I hate dark sodas. Still to this day, the only time I would drink dark sodas like with like whiskey or something.
Yeah.
But I was heavy on like ginger ale like early on because my grandparents, they just had that shit in there, so I was like hitting those.
Yo, it's crazy to think that, like, I feel like trick-or-treating is one of those things that are going away.
Yeah, what the fuck? We're going to have COVID trick-or-treating rules? Like, that's gone, bro.
Well, I feel like it was already kind of starting to go away because they'd be, like, all strict with, you know.
And it's kind of lazy, bro. Like, parents be just kind of taking their kids, like, out, like, kind of late, and then they just hit a couple spots and then come back. Like,
yeah, dude, it is super. Parents have gotten super lazy.
Soft and weird.
Super lazy. It's like they don't want to walk their kids around the block. They want to take them down to the next neighborhood or drive them around. I remember my parents would take me. They'd help take me around all over the place, or my grandparents or whoever.
Yeah.
We'd be out and about.
I would be on my BMX bike dipping for hours.
I'd hit multiple neighborhoods. I'd hit my neighborhood, and then I'd try and hit one of my grandparents' neighborhoods.
Hell yeah.
I get that double bag.
Double bag. 2 pillowcases? You're good for a minute.
Oh.
One of those other, like, fake-ass wives' tales was, like, always check your candy. They might put, like, blades in there. They might be putting blades in the Jolly Ranchers. I remember hearing my grandma say that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, because they would hear that on the news of one case out of like 300 million people, right? Some crazy psychopath that like fucked with somebody's candy or their candy and was giving it out, right? And so then that news story got spread around the country, and then everybody saw it, and then everybody was just super paranoid that everybody was like poisoning their candy or like putting syringes in there or some shit.
Yeah. And that's also when like news spread through like newspaper and like truck stops, not fucking social media. So
yeah, well, they had the 12 o'clock news, they had the 5 o'clock news, the 12 o'clock news, and then the 6 o'clock news.
Right.
So you'd get those through 3 news sources and the paper.
I remember when I first started noticing media travel slower, like through time without the internet, was because of music. I remember like always getting in high school, like freshman, sophomore year, always getting like MP3 sent to us from like Houston and all this like Swisher House, like new Charlie Boy dope rap, like good ass shit. We'd get it like a little bit ahead of the wave. And then we'd like be hearing like people on like MySpace and shit in Cali, like listening to songs. We're like, what the fuck is this? And then it would finally catch up and get to us. So that was my first perception wave of like how like like supercharged internet, like media still like slowly like traveled from coast to coast and then like went coast to coast and then it slowly, you know what I mean? It was always like, I remember like being in tune with that wave somehow, like even like hearing like parents talk or like, I like could see it kind of. And then like internet hit and then it was just all just right now.
It is music is a great indicator of that. Cause if you remember like pre-internet, it was like you could find jams that were like underground or like indie that like people didn't know about that you were getting off like people's like tapes or CDs they were giving you.
Yeah.
And you would like come across them, right? Or like some random, when the internet or when social media, or at least when music started streaming.
Right.
You had, I don't know if there was this thing called 8-Track. It was like a music app, and they'd have a bunch of random playlists with songs from artists that you'd like never heard before. And sometimes the playlists were like hit or miss, but you would like listen through all of them and they were usually all pretty dope. You'd find people that like nobody knew about. You'd be listening to them for a couple years. And then the streaming platforms all like got super sophisticated. And then you start seeing these people that you were rocking with like years before. And like now people are listening to them. And you're like, yo, you're behind.
Yeah, like I've been on this.
But I feel like now it's really hard to find anybody that can be like an artist that can be yours that nobody knows about yet.
You can discover them early on, yeah. It's like,
right, and then you could be on them, and like people that aren't on him because he's not mainstream. So it's like, but you are on him because you can see the appreciation outside of said mainstream appeal.
Or you like organically found the artist and it like stuck and you're like, well, it's dope. And then now you got to see their rise.
Yeah.
Now it's like, they're already like discovered or like you barely hear about them.
Well, and like, right, you can get on the streaming platforms pretty easily now.
Yeah. Like from Siri.
Right. You go SoundCloud and then you can get like right into Spotify, I feel like, pretty easily.
Hell yeah. Like right now. Like just through Safari.
Well, you, what? You got your SoundCloud rolling.
Yeah, bro. I got my SoundCloud rolling. I kind of like, I've been writing songs. Like I really started writing songs over COVID heavy because I was like, fuck, like if I don't do it now, I'm a piece of shit. I need shit. Like I got all this time at night. Don't really got to be waking up to like leave and go anywhere in the morning. I kind of just roll out of bed and get straight into sessions. Like it's going to be easy for me to focus on the shit. And like I said, like new variables in my life allowed me to like basically get like way more artistic. And then I started like hitting it through this app. And I basically got this like little project right now. It's just like short, like minute to 2 minute long songs that I'm like kind of trying to blend together to make them like 4 minute long songs. And I'm going to drop like a little EP. Most of it's up on SoundCloud right now though, bro. And I've just been like finding instrumentals that I like, and I'll just like be in my room, just big chilling at night, like finding a melody that I like and that I can rock with and like sound good with, and then I'll just fucking hit it a couple times. And like my like second take will usually be pretty hard. Sometimes I'll just like be freestyling some wild shit. Like, you know me, like we used to be in the spaceship dipping on the East Coast. I'll be saying some wild shit out of nowhere. And
it's usually the best shit though.
It's always the best shit when it's first take, bro. Like that my first baby I dropped. That's about my lady Anna. Like she was starting to like fuck with me heavy. We're like traveling back and forth, and I was just like lit at my homie's studio. And he's like, "Yo, I got a couple of instrumentals if you just want to throw someone up." He was kind of like calling me out. I just got there. Me and my roommate Austin. He had Chi-Chi with him. He's holding Chi-Chi. I just went up to the shits. I was like super lit, bro. Like I had just smoked like what this guy was, his little special super Nova weed. I fucking hit this shit. I'm like, oh my God, he plays it. And there's a nice ass mic, similar to probably your mic right there. Boom, I'm on it. I start hitting it, and then I was like, hit the whole shit in the first take. Then he was done. He's like, here, I'm gonna do something real quick. He's like, bro, that sounds pretty good. Do you want to redo it? And I was like, nah, it's cool. And then we just been rocking with it, playing it and shit. And then that's just what kind of like catapulted me to start doing it again. I was kind of doing it in college, like I just on my Mac devices, you know what I mean? I've always been like, Apple's been helping me make the shits from the jump. But yeah, I got something dropping. Hopefully, like within the next 2 months, I'm gonna just throw some shit up on iTunes too, so it'll be like more official.
Well, bro, you have like a connection to music.
Yeah, I do for sure. Like in my blood or something.
Yeah, you got a big connection to music because like you were drawn to this, you know what I mean, to rapping, and then also like you are the smoothest motherfucker I know when it comes to just dancing. The smoothest, you know what I mean? Just like even if I swear you could not have heard a song before and like dance to the beat and the rhythm of the song and be on point. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Why is that? I'm glad you know that, bro. I love that you know that, but I don't know. That's like that connection you're talking about. I'll hit that shit. I don't know what
like I've got to know. I got to kind of hear a song. Like I can feel a song sometimes, but like I kind of got to hear it a couple times to be able to really like get my movements to the beat and the rhythm. But I feel like you just like are synced right away.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I hear like the melody and I hear like the synths, and then I'm in there. Like I just know.
I love it, bro. I love it.
Yeah, that shit's dope. That's like I love that shit too. That's a blessing. It feels good. That's like a good feeling, bro. Connecting with music's fucking dope. Period. Like whether you're pro or not, music's a beautiful thing. That's just been.
It's art, dude.
Art, but it's like more than art almost, bro. It's like
therapy.
That's like kind of medicine in itself too. It's therapy, yeah. And it's weird how we can like just as humans, I feel like it's magical too because like. You could even be like, and I hate to take it here right away, but I'm like in the zone, so I'm just gonna speak my mind. Like I feel like you can have like a learning disability or maybe like a mental disability. You can be an adolescent child. You can be old as fuck. You could like be recovering from something weird. You could have like, you could be pretty sharp. You could be autistic. You could like, it could be a wide variety of whatever. But if you like memorize a song, and you know it and you can like sing it, even if your voice isn't good or your voice is great, like you can sing it, it'll stick with you. And then like, you can like be away from that for so long. And then all of a sudden you hear like the melody and it triggers inside of your brain and then it brings it out of you, bro. Like that shit's fucking special. There's like, and that's undeniable. Everybody has some sense of that. I think maybe some people aren't in tune with that at all, but I feel like everybody is, bro. And once you like start seeing like, how is it so hard for me to like memorize like X, Y, and Z, but I can remember this song word for word from 8 years ago, and it's just stored in my databanks like through music. It's because like we have a whole different like system for that. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like you have access, like that music gene has access to like it. Not only does it give you access to a different part of your brain, but it also develops that said part of the brain even more. Right. It's like a different form of communication.
It is.
You said, like, what's it do? Like you were saying that it's like therapeutic. Like what does it do for you?
For me, bro, it's crazy. Like when I'm actually like pouring myself into some songs, like And I don't like sit there and like get like mad at the paper, like happy or sad or like flex at the paper and write. I'll usually like find it. My process creatively now is like I find an instrumental I fuck with, and like it'll like match like an idea I have, and then I'll like make a quick hook, and then I'll sing it different ways on it, like just without saying any English words. I'll just be like making like mumbly noises, you know what I mean? I'll like finding a good rhythm that like hits. And then I start like thinking of like simple ass words, like less is more, like especially being like a big guy with like louder or deeper tone. Like you can't expect to get a whole lot across lyrically all the time, depending on like what the octave is. So like you got to just like hone into your message, and then then that's when then the science stops, and then like the magic happens, and you start like feeling it. And then like when I'm done with the song and I'm like listening to my own shit, like I'm proud of it, and like it's not like I'm like listening to my shit to like kiss my own ass type thing. It's like I'm listening to my shit because I'm like, yeah, this just feels good, because it's like what you said, like you kind of like therapeutically like getting like this like idea or thought like off your head, whether it's like true to you or not, the message that you're saying in it, like it feels good, and like you can like hit it again rhythmically. All of a sudden, like you feel good, like you took some medicine, you know what I mean? Like, but you're taking your own medicine because it's literally you just like singing it. And then it's cool to see people like fuck with me, because like the way I like have like shown my music to people, that's not really been like, hey guys, this is me. Like I made this song last night, me. I'm always just like, because I'm pretty cryptic online anyway, so I like no one really knows. I've had multiple people that kind of fuck with me hard, and they're like, yo, are those your songs? And I'm like, yeah, how didn't you know? Like, what the fuck? And they're like, well, you're always posting crazy shit, so I don't know. Like, they might have thought I had one of those like underlying undiscovered songs, and I threw it on there, and they're like, oh, it's cool. But then I'll have like people DM me and be like, yo, what song is this? And I'm like, motherfucker, it's me.
Yo, here's the link to the SoundCloud. Peep it.
Click, right click, left click. Apple C, Apple V, let's go.
Yeah, no, dude, I've been fucking with the shit you've been putting out, dude, and then the graphics with it too always pop me.
Yeah, the graphics help it. It makes it like more like entertaining.
Dude, I'm enjoying like having these like these rap songs or whatever linked up with like animation, like especially if it's like in your case where you're just putting like this. Some of these things are just ridiculous. Like the one you have and I think it's one of your own drawings of the dude who is like has got the girl wrapped around, her legs are wrapped around him. They're like very primal cavemen and women. Like he's ravaging her. And then you got your music, one of your songs playing in the background to it. It's just like, I love it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I'm like tying all my shits together. So it's like a super flex, but I'm also just like, yo, here's some art that I'm dropping. Because also like social media got boring to me, bro. Like over the past like probably like 5 years, it's like so repetitive. Like some people look and it's like every other picture is the same picture. It's like, that's kind of psychopath shit, dog. I want to put out like cool, new, weird shit every time. You know what I mean?
Nobody's trying to be authentic. Nobody's trying to be unique. Everybody's trying to be like everybody else. Nobody wants to step out. They're all trying to hack the algorithm, hop on a trend. Like nobody's trying to just like, yo, what happened to just being like cool? Being you and putting out something that you either think is funny or is cool, regardless of what anyone else thinks.
Yeah.
You know, or like the art of being like ridiculous and wild, and not for the sake of being ridiculous and wild, but because you are ridiculous or wild.
Right. Because it's real.
Right. It's just like a natural thing, right? Whatever, like there's just a lot of phony copycat, everyone out there trying they're trying to create their reality, right, through social media. But like, no, like it's coming across as phony because it's not coming from a source.
Right, at all.
You know, it's not coming from like, there's no origin point. You're just copying, but like you don't have the fuel to source that projection.
Yeah, that's what.
You don't have the right light, you know what I mean, to make that projection come true or feel real.
Right. I feel like
that's why I'll post shit sometimes, dude. I'll post shit and I don't care. I don't care if you like it or if you don't like it. Sometimes people will be like, will add like, yo, that was a wild post, or that was, you know, they'll leave like a little passive aggressive comment, right? Or at least say something about like it being wild or whatever. And it's just like, yo, or about people not liking it. It's like, yo, I never really got into this to care whether or not somebody liked it or not.
Yeah.
Or that people didn't like it.
Right. And like the fact that people don't like it or like have the audacity really to tell you that they don't like it, that just shows they're probably not like someone to really fuck with anyway.
Yeah, it's like, bro, then it's not for you, which means then.
Me, dog, you good, bro?
Please move along.
Right. Straight up. Crazy, dog. Crazy times we're in, bro, but nonetheless, we adapt.
Yeah. Well, bro, it's like 4 a.m. over on my side.
Yeah. No, it's 1 a.m. over here, so yeah, you're deep.
I'm gonna get up off this thing, bro, but I love you, dog. I love you big time. I'm glad we got to have this conversation.
Yeah, bro. I've been waiting for it. It's been like drug out a couple weeks, but we'll do another one too, bro. We gotta hit it again. We'll get some sicko combos on here because we keep it real. We lead the way for the scallywags trying to be legends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I mean? If you were knocked in the dirt, if you're from the mud, you know what I mean? If you were told you weren't going to be nobody, you know what I mean? You were looked at as an outcast for whatever reason.
And all odds were kind of against you from the jump, and you were geographically or historically bound. Don't fucking think that shit's over because there's a whole lot of shit ahead.
Nah, this is the thing that they need to remember. The only rule to the game is that there are no rules to the game.
There's no rules, bro.
Make them up as you go. Yeah,
buck on the rules often, honestly, and like ask for forgiveness, yo, if you have to.
Yeah, follow it. There's too many dumbass rules out there to be following them all. Okay, you can figure out which ones need to be followed and which ones don't, and plan accordingly.
Period, bro.
Make moves, take risks.
Period.
For the glory.
For the fucking glory, for the grace, for the fucking human race, dog. Period.
Hell yeah. All right, bro. Let's get up off this thing. I appreciate you. I love you. We're signing up out of this thing.
Yeah. All fucking love. Hit me up whenever, bro.
I will, big homie. Peace.
Your dreams, homie. Can take a awful pub. Same pussy's always talking poison, cause they hate it, bitch boys know that they